What's up, everybody? Booma Streama number 31, February 22nd, 2026. You never know what's going to happen on a streama. We've had some interesting occurrences here, and we have some interesting characters in the background joining this Zoom. So, what do you have to say for yourself, Heather?
I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And the links are already out. Let me get the link over into the Substack so people can start joining and we can start chatting. Oh, we got one.
We caught one.
We got one. I think so. Wait, let me make sure that everything gets set up all right. I don't want nothing weird. Hey, Sam.
Sam.
And Exile, I think is how you say it.
How is my sound?
It's lovely.
Do I need to mute, just real quick, do I need to mute my TV? Is that coming in?
Yeah, it's coming in. I can hear it.
All right, hold on.
What's up, Colleen? The Tatted Scientist. Nice. And Shannon over on the Substack. And then we got people who obviously Live 76, Third Eye Woke, 77 Pure, The Specialist, Tartarian Vagabond, Metronome, Carl and Hanny, what is up? Light Housekeeping, Miss Cajones, D Menace, Stack Brawley, Veronica Rabbits in the House, Mandas, Lemule, Lizarachi. I like it. I like it. What is happening, everybody? And then we got our panel here for now. For what's up, Sam?
Nothing much. I'm just wanting to do a sound check. Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. You're coming in. Lizarachi, we can hear you.
Cool. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Oh, kitty.
Who burped?
That was the cat, wasn't it? That's a monster cat burp.
You might want to get that cat checked out.
That's pretty funny. Hey, guys.
What is happening? How are you doing, Lizarachi? It's been a little while.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Got some diverticulitis. That's fun.
Oh.
You burped.
I don't even know what that is.
Good.
It's colon related. It's digestion and it hurts. But it's actually kind of going away. So that's good. It just happens when you don't exercise enough and you're just eating not enough fiber. Yeah. So there's my medical update. But mentally, physically, spiritually, hi. I'm good. I'm present. Ask me anything.
So did you go get checked out or something?
Well, my stupid doctor, quote unquote, totally hooked me up to my digital twin. I swear this guy fucks with me. But no, I went there and he's like, oh, you had that last year, didn't you? And I was like, yeah. It took him a whole year to say the word diverticulitis. I mean, how hard is that? Anyway.
Crazy.
I'm not bowing down to the religion of Western medicine. You know, it was kind of trippy because when I left, an emergency vehicle pulled up for somebody that was in there. And I was like, dude, like, I just feel like sometimes I'm on a different timeline and it could have been me.
Right. So did you have to poop did you have to like poop in a tray for them to test it?
Oh, not at all. No, it was just symptomatic. No pooping.
No pooping.
But he did want me to get a colonoscopy and I'm just like so not about that.
The only reason I know about diverticulitis is because a big, like, his name's Brock Lesnar. He's in the WWE, but he also came over to the UFC to fight. He was traveling for a hunting trip over to Canada, and he was over in Canada, and he had a horrible pain in his stomach. And he did not want to go to the hospital, but he was like, it was like, and this is a big dude that can handle lots of pain, you know, with what he does for a living, and he's a strong guy, nothing but muscle. So he's speeding down to the border to try to get back into the United States to get into a hospital that's the United States. Right. And he barely made it, and then they ended up having to cut over a foot of his colon out.
Ooh, yeah. See, I'm hoping I'm not going to have that happen, but I will say that it was so painful. I was using heating pad and it burned me. I didn't even feel the pain of the burning of the heating pad because my internal pain was so bad. So that's a new thing. Like you can have one pain be more than another pain.
So much so that you got a burn now from the heating pad.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Yeah, but that was last week.
So other than not eating enough fiber, what else may cause it? Do they say the narrative is?
Right. I'm kind of on my own with the research. He showed me a picture of it, which was kind of interesting. I guess yeah, I can't explain it. I feel like I would sort of I just wouldn't be able to explain it very well. But what you can do is right now, yesterday I had a clear fluid diet, which I love fasting because I feel kind of close to God when I do that. Like I definitely kind of trip out in a good way. Fasting is great because your body can just burn a lot of crap and but it's hard for me because I love eating. So
what is your fasting experience? What do you do? For how long?
I think I've gone the longest, almost 3 days. This was about maybe 4 months ago, and it started me on a really good path of eating better because once I cleansed my body out and I was feeling ready to start eating again, I was heck of a lot more conscious about what I was putting in my body.
I guess what I'm asking is what's your definition of fasting? Like, are you only on water? Are you only eating soft food? What is it about?
Right. So fasting isn't eating any solids, and it's really not eating any milk products. I mean, if you can go green tea, water, maybe miso, but I wouldn't even do that. It's really to stop your body from digesting, so it gives your body a rest.
It's true.
And how long do you go for? Usually, typically?
Me personally, like I said, maybe 2 to 3 days, but by the third day, I'm seeing God, which is good. Yeah, I have to start eating again.
So for someone who hasn't fasted ever before, maybe they should just start with like 1 day and see how that works. And then maybe, 3 months from now, go 2 days and see how that works. You can't just jump into it.
Well, what I found that works for me is I'll eat like a regular day, and then around 5 o'clock, I'll stop eating and I'll kind of commit to not eating for 24 hours. And so doing it later in the day makes it so that my fast starts on a sleep cycle as opposed to like going all day and jonesing for food. So you don't eat starting at around 5 or 6. And then you wake up the next morning and you're like, okay, I've committed to this. Can I make it to 5 o'clock? It's like, just self-control. And also, you don't want to be exerting yourself a lot. It's nice to be able to stay home and stay in your PJs and be comfortable and just like create, go shopping and get some good juices and tea that you like. Maybe not juices, nothing with sugars in it. So just teas and good water, like bubbly water is fine. And kind of set up the ritual for yourself so that you can make it through that second, which would be the first day technically, all the way to 6 o'clock. And then you're like, wow, I'm doing it. I'm gonna go for another night. So because your desire to eat will lessen and you won't feel the urge to eat because your body's going into, Carl, what's it called when you're something ketosis? So your body will go into ketosis and it will start processing fat basically, I guess, among other things. It also
sugar, it'll stop that.
Right. So you don't want to eat any sugar. And if you're wanting to come off sugar, what I've found is it takes about 10 days. Like sugar is one of the first drugs we're given when we're young. And it takes about 10 days for me personally to come completely off sugar and not have any desire to eat it.
Apparently what you have to do is just quit eating it.
Right. Carl says you just have to quit eating it.
Yeah, I know that when I started going to honey, but now I use honey all the time as a sweetener. But if I use sugar in a recipe, I break out like you wouldn't believe.
Me too.
I don't get that. I can still take in sugar. I also do a lot of agave nectar. I try to use honey when I can, but it's expensive, kind of hard to get a hold of.
Yeah.
But for me, I find myself just doing intermittent fasting every day. I just kind of fell into it because I don't have time to stand around and make food all day, and the conditions the kitchen has been stuck in lately, no one's really, put a lot of effort into just getting it done. So it's just been kind of just feel like I've been snacking through the day and making sure my dogs are fed right. But as for me, my parents would stop buying all the junk food. They wouldn't be surrounded me. It wouldn't be the only thing in the house to eat.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm stuck.
What's going on, Margaret? What are you? Oh, ginger? Make a little ginger something. Nice. All right. All right. Good. Getting rid of the. What is that? What is the X? You don't want to use your words. Okay. Okay. That's all. That's good. That's good. Welcome, Exile, to the panel. First timer. Someone said they loved your camo shirt. Just so you know.
Okay, I'm having a little trouble with the mute button. Having a little trouble with the mute button. It keeps popping up the menu. Is like, do you want to default something? Like, no, just turn it off. Oh, thank you for the compliment on the camo shirt. It's texture. It's like a rough texture. I really like it.
Right. Is that your dogs that we can hear?
Not mine, no.
There's a lot of residual
No, that's
noise in the
Lizarachi
background.
again. Lizarachi, what are you doing over there?
Carl. Room, can you hear that?
What? Say it again. Is Carl hitting his bongos?
Yeah, he's a drummer, and so he's in there playing. That was totally bongos. You're right. But he's just apologizing.
It's not
It's
bongo
over.
time, bro.
He's done that before, remember?
Right. And I'm just going to have to ask you to move a little bit over to the right of your camera so that you're not in the way of the comment.
Me? Oh,
Yeah, nice. I like that. Yeah, see? Can you see it on the, I don't know if you're looking at the Rumble screen at all, but I got the comments up, so I want people to be able to read the comments, and I don't want your face to get cut off. You're going the wrong way.
I am?
Yeah, you're on the wrong way now. Go the other way.
That way?
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
But somebody liked your poster. What's that poster back there?
Oh, I got that at a estate sale. It's an art piece. Can't read it though because it's backwards.
It's Kanya.
How do I flip my camera around? Oh well, I'm not worried about it. I'll stay here on this side.
It says Spain, and it looks like a bullfight poster.
Yes, exactly right.
They sell them all over the place, but for the day of the actual event, yeah, they are collector's items.
That is a creepy thumbnail. I don't need you to join, whoever you are.
There.
Creepy.
That's better. Now can I be like right here?
Right there.
Okay.
I think you have a Mac device, an Apple device.
Yes.
Yes. Because there's a feature where it'll follow you, so it'll just keep putting you in the center. You got to turn that off if it's following you.
No, it's an old computer.
Okay. Hitting the Keurig, huh?
Yeah.
We can talk about whatever. Somebody did ask a question, but it was more like a Sabrina question, and I don't have the answer to it. I can't remember what it was. Maybe somebody in here, though.
What?
We're doing here, talking about. Yeah, you should be lost because we're just here having a community chat.
I'm having a little trouble seeing the screen because it's got everything bunched in a small. When I put it sideways, it makes it even smaller.
So
Yeah,
what
we
did
are
you do today?
Valeda, what's up, Valeda? What were you saying, Sam?
I was just asking what you did today. How was your day?
My day? Anyone's day?
Your
Can
day.
I mute my mic until I'm done eating? I don't want to make noise.
You can mute your mic anytime you want. Sorry,
Okay.
Booma.
Yeah. My day was great, actually, and everybody should be excited because tomorrow it's going to be D Boomasan and Synergy Firewall. Synergy Firewall. Do you know who that is? The Firewall? Who is it? Do you know who that is, really?
I think it's Sabrina's husband.
Correct. You win, Lizarachi. But yes, we did a recording today, but it's going to premiere tomorrow at the regular time, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and Firewall is coming out into the fold.
Cool.
Are you Booma, are you changing the time and day of your programs?
I have times and days of my program, Sam. Just Tuesday is the only one that I really have that's scheduled and set. Just so people can look forward to the Digital Dojo show, which is now the season 2, season of the Gong. And then Sabrina will be on Tuesday. This Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday.
So tomorrow's a special show.
Tomorrow's a special show with Synergy Firewall. And then Tuesday will be with Sabrina. And then Thursday will be with Solana. And then there's probably going to be something a little special on the weekend that I will hold for now.
I have a question. Would the community like to see some surprise shepherd content?
As long as it's not shit.
No,
yeah,
it's not
please
shit.
don't do that.
Everything's cleaned up. Everything's cleaned up. I won't do that ever again.
I got something special for you. There's going to be puppies playing.
Tomorrow, as far as I know,
is
is
the mama.
Monday.
Hi, Mama.
This is Mama Ruby.
Yeah, as long as it's not
Ruby.
disgusting.
Sweetie.
And that's Scout. Yeah, he knows his name. Come here, buddy. Come here. This is Daddy, Zeke. It started with him. All started with him.
Attaboy.
And then, we can get Bandit out. He's sleeping. He was being a little too rough with his brother. Maybe he'll come out and play now. No?
Yeah, he's good. We're gonna hang out together. Everybody's piling in.
Shadow.
It's like
Shadow's
the clown car.
Bandit used to be called Biggie because he was the big boy. Now Shadow's the big boy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And they're just gorgeous, like coffee caramel mosaic. And they're just they constantly swirl around. And when they sleep, they usually end up laying in different symbols and patterns. It's really crazy. We've got a lot of pictures of that.
Wow.
And we've got Shady around here somewhere. I think she's sleeping in the living room right now. I don't want to disturb her.
Sounds good. That was awesome, man. Thank you for sharing.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Oh, one more thing to share. Don't look down, but check out the orange tree and grapefruit tree I talked about.
Oh yeah, orange tree and the grapefruit tree. Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow, looks like they got some good stuff on them.
Oh yeah, really good. And the oranges right now are actually starting to ferment on the tree. So I'm gonna start probably focusing on getting them juiced and jarred and preserved because I like to make it last and make a bunch of different types of drinks and stuff from it.
Awesome, man. Oh, that was great. We love the fur babies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm about to start working on feeding them, so I'll probably mute my mic and just get to it.
That sounds good, bro. Awesome.
Well, that'll be a nice thing to
join. The links are pinned on both YouTube and the Rumble, and then I did post it in the Substack. If anybody needs it, please let me know. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Wait.
No,
I almost forgot. Pack Lives Matter.
Pack Lives Matter.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say it'll be a nice change to see Firewall. I'm kind of excited about that.
It should be, yes.
Well,
Did
it'll be
you guys get to listen to Firewall Chat number 1? That was the one where Sabrina and him were just driving back from some location.
Oh yeah.
And they were chatting. That was the first time that they had done that, and I told them I'm looking forward to more of those because that was really good. That conversation that they had was awesome. And now you're going to get to see him in person, and then I told him, like, awesome, man. Then now you're going to be able to come and join the Booma Streamas and hang out. And he kind of always wanted to be behind the scenes, but now he's going to come out, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, I've never seen his face.
Hiya. Okay. Hello. Yeah, it'll be cool. I thought it went really well, and it's just the first of maybe more, or like I said, he'll join the Booma Streamas, and then we'll have Sabrina on Tuesday talking about Mac IDs.
Yeah.
Which is going to be super important. She's already been kind of talking about them. So some of you that have been following her work and whatnot, she's talked about them in the past, talked about them more, but now she's going to create a full PDF and do a little teaching, and then we'll do a little Q&A, I'd assume, at the end, and it'll be good. So super important. So all these people that are coming out and on this campaign of slander and defamation, they can't attack any of the information. They don't even try because they're lazy, but they love to make up stories about people's character and who they are and all that stuff. So anyways,
well, I don't even know why they're wasting their time because it's all open source. All open source, facts are there, government websites, it's all right there.
Exactly.
I just wanted to say real quick, I do have I had a bunch of things. I wrote a list, a bunch of things that I'd like to talk about or could come up as topics that I could share later. I just want to get through feeding my dogs first.
That's what we're just chatting, man. So that's what we do.
All right. Sorry. I just didn't want to. Do you think I was just going to chat?
No worries.
Okay.
But yes, I would. Hey, what's up, Firewall? I assume that's you back there. She's releasing some videos now and PDF for Tuesday. Yes. Excellent.
Cool. Excited. I was wondering, is he going to cover any specific topic or just pretty much introduce himself?
I mean, it was a little bit of an introduction, and then we confronted some of the crap that's been going on. So it's like, all this stuff is being slung towards Sabrina, and now Firewall's going to come out and he has stuff to say. And we had some discussions about the tactics and the timeline and how this all came about and how they are all connected to a certain company, and they are all doing it all at the same time. And none of them are attacking the material. They're just attacking the person and then claiming that she's attacked them. Now, she's called people out. I call people out. A lot of this shit that we got going on in this world needs to be discussed. And then I challenge these people to come to the table and have a debate or a discussion, and they won't do it. So there's also an aspect of this that includes Zach, who came on with me, and we've done 2 shows, basically destroying in many ways zeolite as an option for healthy intake, if you will, in my opinion. I think he's done a thorough job in using cited sources, studies, research, and showing that zeolite is not healthy to put in the body, and why would you want to put aluminum in your body? And if these guys want to debate and talk about it, then they should step up. Well, that was set up, and then these guys used the excuse. I'll just give you a little bit of a preview of what we talked about. But these guys made the excuse to not do the debate with Zach because this damning 39-page PDF came out on Sabrina Wallace. It's like, bro, this was not even including Sabrina for one, but that is just a Hope Girl hit piece. So it was Hope Girl, and they're pretending like, and Hope's even pretending like it wasn't her that wrote it when it's the exact same paper that includes my name on it and all these people that are associated that she saw as associated with Sabrina. And it's just like the craziest shit. And now I've got like this text war, kind of like I'm having fun with it, with the CEO of Masterpiece, whose name is Matt Hazen. You can actually see him there up in the top right, but I'll have a more realistic depiction of what he probably should look like in the future. But that son of a bitch is talking lots of shit, but is too much of a coward and a spineless fool to even step up and have a conversation. And he has this Jesse Beltran going out there that says a lot of good stuff. And some of these people are talking about things that we would probably agree on. But it all comes down to masterpiece for these people. They just got to keep pumping this miracle product that, like Sabrina has said, none of these things are going to take out the MAC IDs or flush those out of your system. So what are we really accomplishing here? So those are some of the things that we discussed. Oh, but if you guys didn't see, also there was another Easter egg. So no one's pointed it out yet, but I'll just show you this person that is to the right of Now Biscuits and Allison.
Nice.
But Hoax
you
Girl
gave
is
her a
here.
new name.
Yeah,
Hoax Girl?
well, apparently since she's been doing this so long, there was another woman that she was harassing, and there's lots of people that she's been a chaos agent to come in and try to discredit them by attacking their character. And this other woman named her Hoax Girl, so I went ahead and used that as one of the many names that this bitch has. So fuck her.
Many.
Well, when they can't figure out what the facts are, they use cheap shots.
Right. Yeah, well, they can't attack the material that isn't beneficial to their product and their money line, if you will. So they attack the person and use a bunch of bullshit that is narratives, just like all these fake truthers run. What is happening? Good evening. Welcome everybody that's joining us. Nexus has joined down below. I have not ever heard of Nexus. Does anybody know Nexus?
No. Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring Nexus up, see what happens, and then see what happens. I don't know. Oh, you never know what's gonna happen on a Booma Streama. What's up, Nexus?
Hello, everybody.
It's
How are
okay,
you?
Booma. You can do it.
Hi, Nexus.
Hey, just wanted to say you guys are on the cusp of some really great stuff. I'm from some online communities that could be seen as fringe, the supernatural communities.
The supernatural communities?
Yep.
Okay, what kind of supernatural?
How do I put this? Everything is real astrally and physically. There are cryptids, deities, how else do I describe it? ETs. They all do exist, as do several government cover-ups and co-ops to suppress them.
Right.
It's mostly psychological or astral in which it occurs, but I'm currently working with a group of people I can't name to try to bring magic back as a whole and expand the supernatural.
To bring magic back. What kind of magic?
You know how in fantasy you're able to conjure a fireball? That kind of physical magic.
Like the Last Airbender stuff?
Yep. Every
Okay.
human naturally possesses that ability. They just haven't woken up to it.
Okay.
And how do
you can't tell us any more about it, like who's involved, or it's going to be a surprise one day?
It'll be a surprise one day. One day you're going to find a bunch of people with powers and supernatural origins just waking up and experiencing it.
How do you know these cryptids aren't just some government program gone wrong?
That's where it's a little hard to understand what's government program and what's not. I'm not going to say too much about it, but one of my past lives was as, you know, the Terminators?
Yep.
Well, basically the Illuminati had a program called Project Halcyon. Basically, they made a Terminator that wasn't a Terminator.
So what is it if it's not a... Sorry, Booma.
That was my same question.
If it's not a Terminator, what is it?
It's a being that's been programmed with AI and emotionally suppressed to kill for them. Basically like a subconscious assassin.
Is it like the Terminator that's depicted by Arnold Schwarzenegger, or the one that's liquid metal?
It's like the one that's depicted as Arnold Schwarzenegger, except it's a living being that's been mind controlled, had an AI implant and nanites injected into it to suppress the emotion and the urge to fight back.
Sort of sounds like a super soldier.
It
Yeah, that
is,
sounds
but
like-
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It's crazy. This panel, it's like connected. Our minds are one. We're a hive mind. No. Anyway, it sounded like I know. It sounded like some of the super soldier stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they weren't quite as clever as they thought they were with that. I found ways to break the mind control through determination and willpower.
Okay.
So there is hope. Just gonna say that.
What is making that noise?
Oh,
That's Margaret. Margaret, what?
what's going on?
I'm
So,
muting you, Margaret.
So do you have a like a website we can actually check out that we could get a little taste of all this?
I do not, but there are several Discord communities. I do have a channel on YouTube. Part of my work is using subliminals to manifest and anchor the desired realities I want, but for the most part, it's up to everybody individually to sort of test out their own magic and feel it and just sort of learn to use it.
So what is this YouTube page?
It's my channel called Eternus Transmographus. It's meant to I meant it to mean in Latin eternally changing, to reflect the state of reality.
Gotcha. And when you come into this community and you say that we're close, is that because you know about the biofield and Sabrina Wallace?
Yes, I have had some experiences with the biofield myself. Weird moments of where my head would just randomly start hurting in targeted areas. Um, Even when I washed my hair, so it's kind of like I have had astral nanites and parasites be removed multiple times. It's really crazy to have astral sight and be aware of like two worlds at once and have to hide it. I can't just tell anybody about it because it's kind of like, oh, you're crazy, or you really believe that shit exists. Pardon my
What is
French.
your definition? What is your definition of astrocytes?
I don't really know how to describe it. Um, Kind of like a non-physical world that exists beyond the senses, or at least human senses. I've had some people who were able to sort of coordinate with it, not sure if it turned into role playing or what, but they were also able to see some of the same things I did, at least non-physically.
Do you do this using any kind of coordinates or anything like that?
Uh, Not really coordinates. It's the best way I can put it is like, how do I describe it? Have you played the game I- by the group that makes It Takes Two called Split Fiction?
I don't play games.
What kind of
Well,
game is
basic
it? Split fiction? Is that like a video game, or is this like a card game, or what?
It's like a video game. Basically, the idea is that a bunch of writers get co-opted by a major publishing company to try out a new technology that lets them physically experience their stories. The best way I can describe it is like when you load into the world, the universe just sort of generates around you. So it's kind of like that for me. My imagination just fills in the blanks, and or not imagination, but my mind's eye.
Booma, would you be able to take note of this gentleman's YouTube page and uh, just in case for people who want to just kind of check it out?
Do you want to type it into? Have you ever been on StreamYard before, Nexus?
I have not, though I considered doing it.
If you
I'll
look
type it
over, I
out.
mean, I don't know what it looks like for all of you, but somewhere on the maybe on the right side, there's a private chat. If you click that, you can type in or copy and paste your YouTube channel into that, and so then I have access to it, so I can look it up real quick.
All right. Give me just a second. My phone always goes to this 1 sec thing when I switch my
No
apps,
pressure,
so-
bro. No pressure.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3. Just joking.
No,
What's
no,
up,
no.
Clarity?
Just kidding. Hang on. Give me 1 sec. All right.
No worries, bro.
I'll give you my channel link if I can. Yeah, just need to.
And listen, Wachi, I changed the picture for you. You're such a prude. Let Biscuits and Allison have their fun.
All right, there it is. I think that's my channel handle.
I don't know. It's look on his face. I don't know.
It's very romantic, all right? It's not raunchy. Come on.
I didn't think raunch. It's just funny.
Okay. All right, bro. I'm going to try to get to your YouTube and check it out for real quick, but go ahead. Anybody can talk. Let me check this out.
So how was your day? You never said how your day was, Booma.
It was good. No, I said it was good. I mean, most of my day was I was setting up some stuff for this. So I spent the first morning. I made that music video because it has to be under 2 minutes in order to put it before like a Rumble. So for like a Rumble Live, you see that repeating freaking video every single time. So I wanted something fresh and new, or just for fun. And I thought I was making a video that was under 2 minutes, but I didn't pay attention to how long the song was, and I started creating, and I just started creating. And once I got done with it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's not 2 minutes. So I had to speed it up. So it was like, so it made it even crazier, even though it was like a Strange Town song is what the name of it was, like Oz Otter or something like that. I don't know. So I spent my morning doing that, and then I did the recording with Firewall. But I did get Eternus Transmogriphus.
Yeah. Sorry if it's not exactly easy to roll off the tongue, but I don't know. I just figured I'd go with something for my name that's kind of like, how do I describe it? Eternally changing, because astrally I don't have just one form. Like I can annex forms and shapeshift. So it's kind of like I am always changing, even from like second to second.
All right. Well, I only see 3 videos here, so
Yeah, those are all
just
subliminals.
starting out on
So
the video front, eh?
what?
Just starting out on the video front, huh?
Yeah, I just started using video editing Camtasia to do my subliminals.
And how long have you been able to do this?
I've been able to astral project consciously for like 2 or 3 years now. It started out as me just imagining what how do I describe it? Just like wondering how character interactions would go from like different TV and media. And then like eventually it got more and more complex until like I finally met somebody who could like do it themselves. But it wasn't in like a completely straight to it sort of way. It was more so along the lines of like we were just casually interacting for something. But then it out of nowhere he just sort of mentioned it, and he just started training me how to do it, and it was like, wow, didn't expect that.
Crazy stuff, man. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I showed your YouTube on there, so maybe some people will check you out that are interested in that. I don't know what to think about this stuff, so I don't know yay or nay. I've never I mean, if you could shapeshift, then do you have that on video?
I do not have it on video, and unfortunately, the only physical shapeshifting I've been able to manifest is more hair on my arm or in places that I haven't normally had it before. Like,
Does it go away?
it does go away with time, but like I've had some interesting things where I've used a subliminal, and I'm not going to say whose subliminal or what it was for, but I got some blue on my feet, or my veins were a little more bluer than normal.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, if you can get any of that on video, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, because that would,
yeah, I'm.
that would be do one of those things, probably like go viral or something. I believe I tend to believe there's a possibility of some kind of shape shifting. So I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying, like, when people say that they can do stuff, even like remote view and stuff like that, I get a little skeptical because I feel like, like I could hold up how many fingers and they wouldn't be able to tell and stuff like that. So it gets a little bit weird, but
Yeah.
I have a healthy skepticism when it comes to this stuff anymore. However, I'm not trying to be an asshole or nothing.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. There are a lot of people in the supernatural community that say they can, and it turns out to be role play or just like nobody really able to prove it.
Yep.
I will say though, like, I have seen some interesting stuff in fiction that's kind of, I don't know how to say it. Best I can say it is that, like, fiction itself is interconnected on even the smallest level. So that's fun to think about.
Right. Well, all right. Does anybody else have any questions? Any more questions for Nexus? Exile, do you have some questions for Nexus?
Well, actually, I was going to say that I can actually add to the shape shifting. I've experienced something like, it was very minute, but it was just in the eyes. But I had back when I was what I considered a witch at the time, or as what everybody around me was telling me I was. So I just went with that. But I was pylo erecting and stuff, and I had a roommate that he claimed to be like a storm element. And one time he performed what I think was telekinesis. A pair of his glasses, they're like steel glasses, ended up flying across the room. They were on top of the counter, and they just flew across the room and landed in my lap. And I was just like, okay. And then the thing that was a shape shifting was one time I was just walking next to him and talking to him, and I just kept looking at him and talking. And then I looked, and in the corner of my eye, I saw like his left eye like rolled backwards in his head, and I had to give it a double take, and then it was normal. So it was almost like it was a hallucination or something.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying it's 100% real. I'm definitely not saying it's 100% hallucination, because like
Oh yeah,
some people have, the state magic is in right now. It's kind of like, some people use the term veil. I would use the term physicality.
Mm-hmm.
But like, supposedly, if you just astrally, things are fairly easy to do, but physically there is a delay or an energy barrier in manifesting it. So you gotta basically give it enough energy to physically materialize.
Oh, right. Yeah, because like we've seen videos. I'm sure everybody has seen videos of like what do you think were like reptilians or the hulking tech glitching out and stuff.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's like there's technology out there, and then there's beings that are capable of doing it biologically. I mean, who's to say? Because even Scripture says that we're supposed to be mindful that we could be entertaining angels and not even be aware of it.
Right.
True.
They could just
True.
be in the crowd, kind of thing. So, like at any time, we could be amongst cryptids that are either shape shifting or cloaking or whatever. Like they could just be among us. That's
Yeah,
kind of the way I look at
definitely.
it.
Before you guys say anything else, I want to welcome and say hi to Ma, M.A.
Hi,
Hello.
Marisa. How you doing?
What is it again?
Marisa.
Marisa, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. We're getting ready for Blizzard.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Where all is this blizzard hitting? Because some other people talked about it. Where else is it supposed to hit? You know?
I
I'm
feel like
in
it's a
New
tri-state
Year's.
area. Hey, yes, I was on
Ah.
New Year's. I always want to come on, but I'm not gonna try. You know, I like
I'm
low
sorry.
key
What time zone are you in?
East Coast.
East Coast.
Yeah, so it's 7:46 now. So
And the blizzard's
So-
supposed to hit over on the East Coast?
yep, and they like canceled things starting yesterday. The state of emergency, stuff like that. Connecticut, New York. I don't know about New York, but definitely Connecticut
Right.
state of emergency. So
Okay.
Yeah, I got
And
dumped on yesterday.
yeah, where are you?
I'm in Central Time Zone. I'm in the upper Northwest or upper Midwest, so we got dumped on yesterday.
And it's like it hasn't even like gone away from the other one. You know, it's like we have ice walls everywhere. Well, it just started to go down, but they're expecting like 16 to 24 inches. And I'm like, okay, but wasn't there like a blizzard like 10 years ago that shut down New York that was like worse than this? I feel like everything now that you see is totally hyped, and it makes everybody freak out, makes everybody go out shopping. It instills a lot of fear, and it's like I'm thinking dissipate, dissipate, dissipate. The whole time.
They're
Like,
making it more than what it really is.
yeah, so I'm hoping, expect the worst, but hope for the better, whatever the saying goes. But yeah, so snow day
That's
tomorrow.
funny to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
But
I don't know how they can do a snow day. Everything is done virtually. How can you have a snow day anymore?
I know, right? We could do virtual. I think New York did that one time.
Do they
recently.
only allot for a certain amount of virtuals, maybe? Like if you do a whole lot of them, maybe it's not considered in person, so maybe they have
It
a
has to.
percentage, I don't know.
It has to be in the specific school district, that allows that. So
It depends on when they run out of salt too, or whatever they use to clear the roads.
And that's another thing. I don't see any sanding or salting going on right now. It's snowing, and you want to be preventative for.
It's probably not in the budget right now.
Yeah.
Or they're waiting until it gets worse and then they'll do it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if it's supposed to be really bad, it could take out some power. So maybe they're just preparing for that so everybody can be, safe.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Got my mom and dad here, so.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, welcome.
How you guys?
We were talking about dogs, and now we're talking about shapeshifters. We're talking about blizzards.
I know.
All bio-warfare. Like I said,
so
title, you just never know what could happen on a stream, and now JK's here. Now you never know what the hell.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you speak about this, I can make a
JK's
connection.
here.
Yes,
How are you?
Hello, everyone, again. So I can make a connection. Those so-called strange creatures, my assumption is that they are Nephilim and their offspring. So, and if you even look through the Epstein files, you will find that they were playing as God, playing with the genome. So they were combining animals and human genome. So that's it. So it's called in the Bible abomination. That's what they do because they want to destroy God's creation. They hate what God created, and in their opinion, in their mind, if they pervert, like Satan, devil, they're winning war against God.
Right.
Booma, I love it when JK's on. I love it.
I know. I do plan on doing a show with JK. My schedule keeps filling up. We should just plan it before we get done here today, JK, if you can.
Yeah, actually,
Thank you,
that
Sam.
would be really cool.
Please, JK, please.
What, please?
Yeah, it's like I mean, this should be a chat, so I want everybody to have an opportunity to talk, so it can't just be a presentation by JK every time. But I do want to have one that is. We need to gather up the most important questions some people have, and have a session with JK and go through this. I'm excited to learn more about some of these books that are not in the Bible that they give us. It only has 66 books. I'm interested in some of the Ethiopian Bible and older scriptures, and I'm not as interested in flat Earth as JK wants me to be. I would rather focus on a couple other things first, but I am really excited. I want to know more about the Book of Enoch, really, because there's multiple translations. And that's where they talk about the 200 and the fallen angels.
There are 3 books, but that's for the different time. So one is real, second supposedly, and the third not really. So yeah, it's a lot of details about this, but that's for the other time. Do you know
the author of the one that you consider authentic or real?
Oh Jesus, man, I can't remember this one. That was supposedly by Enoch written. You know, that was supposedly. If it's really true, we don't know. So people figured out that the second version and the third version is different style. So it's the second one is a mix of previous author, which is supposedly Enoch, and second one is a mix of 2 styles, and the third one is totally different style. So my assumption is maybe there were really 2 books of Enoch, but second was changed and adjusted. But the first one I really trust. It's really real one.
Who translated that one that you or is that
into English? Yes, I would need to check my notes. I can't really remember. It's so many things to remember, you know.
That'll be something maybe if we can like come up with some stuff like a heads up so that you can find it before we get to it.
Yeah, sure, of course. Let me know.
I'm really interested in that because I've read some of the Book of Enoch, but different translations, and they're different. I'm like, I don't know which one's real, like which one to trust, or which one I could at least. I line it up to the scriptures that we have as far as the Gospels go to make like more of a determination of how I feel about the authenticity as to whether or not it coincides with the people that directly walked with Jesus Christ as far as the scriptures tell us. So that's what I kind of do, but I am really interested in some of this stuff to learn from it.
Yeah, usually people bring argument, you know, there was no eyewitnesses in a matter of Jesus. So John is eyewitness, you know, so this argument goes straight away, goes through the window. It's like, no, there's no eyewitnesses, because, for example, when I am discussing with the Muslims, they're saying, oh, there is no eyewitnesses, you know, it's not reliable, right? So we have multiple evidence, official documents from the 1st century and even 40 AD, and their own info, which is provided by the best scholars, claim that Quran has been collected 150 years after Muhammad was alive. So yeah, that's a big gap, you know. So anything can happen. That's why I will always arguing that Muhammad is better than Jesus, because Jesus could make miracles, but Muhammad couldn't. So they were starting adding that stuff, you know, to the Quran, which is total BS.
Right. There is one. I don't know if this makes sense to you right off the bat, but someone's asking, and I don't want this to be a long discussion, but I would like to know this. Can you discuss Noah and the son who slept with his wife? That's Enoch stuff right there.
Yeah, we can speak about this later. Yeah, I'll bring more details about that.
All right. And ooh, it worked. What's up, Smirks? How you doing? Welcome.
Hey guys.
Nice.
Wow, I didn't know I could get this many people on. Awesome.
Hello to you.
It's Steph from Australia.
How are you doing over there?
Good.
Good. So I want to get to this question real quick, Smirk, so hopefully you're interested, but if you have something to say to this, JK, I'd love to know a little bit more about this. So what's this all about?
Yes, it's so interesting.
Right. Did we lose you,
JK? That's the hard question. I can't remember that stuff. I remember there was some mix-up with the names. There were 2 people with the same name, and the people were conflicting them, saying it's one and the same. That's what I remember, but I will really need to look into my notes.
Okay. Yeah, because some of that stuff is really interesting. Like the bloodlines that broke off after Noah and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a question that kind of relates to that, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
So, okay, well, it's kind of two-part. Do you remember The Fall of the Cabal, that docu-series by Janet Ossenberg? Kind of
Right.
cute,
Yes.
connected.
Yeah.
I like totally got into that at the time. And then she did like one of the episodes was the Bloodlines and where it all started. And
Right.
they came, I don't know if and it came from out of there. And I thought, I was like, it went back to Cain or Abel or Noah. I don't remember, but I thought it was
Yes.
interesting.
So it was Cain. It was C-A-N. Cain would be the K. Then comes Canaanites. Then comes Edomites. And then there are so-called Jews. So they are from the bloodline of the Ishmaelites, from the Ishmael. So Jews and
Khazarians.
Muslims, Khazarians as well. But because Khazarians, we are conflicting few things. So let me first go with the bloodlines. So because they were Ishmaelites, and there was a woman who was called bondwoman, Hagar or Agar, depends of the pronunciation and the Bible. She was bondwoman. She was woman as a slave. And there was another woman who was free woman. And children of God are of the free woman, not bondwoman. So then comes the Ishmaelites. From the Ishmaelites, it's Mount Sinai in Jerusalem. They are the slave ones. And God rejected them. So Muslims and the Jews, so-called Jews, have been rejected by God because they didn't fulfill his commandments. That's why with the Christ, there was created new covenant by his blood, by his sacrifice. He bought us with his blood and with his sacrifice.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting, but then I kind of like at the same time was like, wah because it's tied to Q, and Q's obviously not is a psyop. So,
mainly
but I did like the historical, references and was wondering if that was legit,
Yes, mainly from my perspective is probably you've heard about the Fitzpatrick, who wrote the book 13 Bloodlines.
No,
maybe you know.
Go ahead though.
So he wrote about the 13 bloodlines, but according to my research, it's exactly 26 bloodlines. So, and those bloodlines are from the very long time, and then they were changing the surnames, and most of them, they are Italians now, because that's the reason why Vatican is in Rome, in Italy, because multiple of them are Italian families.
And no one talks about the Italian mafias anymore, man. It's all the Jews, it's all the Jesuits, it's all these other names, but they never talk about the Italian mafias that were like pivotal in New York and all kinds of places over here in America even. But they are still powerful, man.
They are. And the Italian mafia has been created by the Vatican. It's their military army, which is going across the world. Because so-called Jews and the Jesuits, they are about subversion and lies, like their master Satan, father of lies. That's what they do. So whatever happens, something is inconvenient. So he has an accident, and he's dying. So I can give you families. So it's Aldo Brandini, Astor. Probably you've heard about the Pope Borgia or Borgia, depends on the pronunciation. Breakspear, Bundy, Chigi, Collins, Colonna, Conti, Dupont, Este, Farnese, Freeman, Gaetani, Kennedy, this family, Lee, Medici, Onassis, Orsini, Pamphili, Reynolds, which is pretty popular in the powerful in the USA. Nathan Reynolds speaks about this, about his family and the roots and the entities living below ground level and connections.
That's Nathan Reynolds, right? That you just said.
That's
Nathan
correct.
Reynolds?
Yes, that's correct. He's a great guy. He has inside knowledge and I couldn't discredit anything what he said because everything was aligned with I already knew. Of course, he expanded my knowledge a lot because I was never in the bloodline family, so I could not have first-hand knowledge from this. Yes.
Right. How did you track that many bloodlines, though? Where did you get that?
Oh man, that was 3 years. It wasn't like once I just found somewhere, and figured it out. I was looking for connections, the trees, the connections, the families, the marriages between the parents, then children, then other marriages. Yeah. So I was going through this.
What was the number that you came up with? 200.
26. Because 26.
Wait,
26.
Is it just 26?
Yes, the main families. Of course, there are smaller families like Illuminati families, Mason families, but those are the main one. So, but possibly there are even families behind them about who we have no idea, because those are the rulers who are ruling the world. Because if you that's my perspective, if you know about them, that's not it, because they are very well hidden. So that's let's say they are close to the very top of the all-seeing eye, eye of providence, of top of the pyramid, right? Triangle. So those are the very top, very close.
Can I say something really quick?
Sure.
Actually, I'll say it normal speed, not really quick. I often wonder about how all these bloodlines come to us now, and I have these concepts sometimes that they're allowing my bloodline to continue on. They, meaning those that are in power, that are following really intricate studies on our bloodlines. I believe that these families have been tracing and tracking these bloodlines for a long time. Wouldn't you say that, JK?
Yes, that's 100% correct, because they cannot allow these bloodlines perish. Why? The main reason is that there are certain markers in the bloodlines that they are allowing to contact other realms, let's say, and make a connection. If you don't have this marker, you won't be able to connect with the spirit world. They can, because they have those markers. Those demons won't respond to them.
Did you, pardon me, did you ever get exposed to any concepts in early 2020 regarding, I remember, about how the injections were causing a break in the God gene?
Yes. So our DNA is built from the 4 enzymes: guanine, cytosine, adenine, thymine, and it's double helix DNA. It's connected with the sulfuric bridge, right? And sulfuric bridge always is the connection, looks like a ladder, right? The connection is always after gene 10, 5, 6, 5, always 10, 5, 6, 5, 10, 5, 6, 5, never changes. So of course, if someone is very sick and has broken DNA, then it's a different story. But in generally speaking, 10, 5, 6, 5, 10, 5, 6, 5. If you translate those numbers to the Hebrew alphabet, it's exactly Yahweh, God's signature on your DNA. That's exactly what it is. So what happens is,
that's crazy.
Bible says about mixing clay and iron. So we would think how you can mix clay and iron, right? So if you look into patterns, and I have all of them, Moderna, J&J, Pfizer, even Russian Sputnik, they claim they bring 3rd strain of DNA. All right. So supposedly, that's what the science claims, and makes sense for me. There's connection with 144,000, right? Supposedly those people will be saved from the Bible. And because there is 12 tribes of Israel, from each tribe will be 12,000 people, right? So 12 multiplied 12, it's exactly 144,000. All right, that's one thing. So when you introduce 3rd strain of DNA, right, it's 72,000, 72,000, 72,000, because each strain has 72,000 enzymes, right? So 2 double helix is exactly 144,000. Triple helix is 216,000. All right. So what we have in the vaccine? In so-called vaccine, we have graphene oxide and graphene hydroxide, which has shape of hexagon. And hexagon, as people know, has shape of hexagon has 6 angles, right? Okay, so it's 6. But the molecule of graphene oxide and hydroxide has 3. So it's 6 and 6 and 6. Another coincidence, right? I don't think so. So they are working on destroying God's connection, the connection to God. They want to replace it with the Satan's creation, because Satan cannot create anything alive, can only pervert and change. So when they change man, for example, people saying in the USA, oh, we will lose a Second Amendment. To be honest, by definition, if you have taken the vaccine, I'm not talking about placebo or saline, I'm talking about the real shit, your genome is being changed. So by definition, you are no longer human. Human, exactly. Because human in the legality language means monster beast. So if you look into the Blackstone Dictionary or Ballantyne's Dictionary, which they are using in the legality system, which legal has nothing to do with the, what's the word? Let me think. Lawful, legal and lawful. Legal is from Lucifer. Lawful is from God. We have received rights and dominion from God. Exactly, dominion is more important than rights, because rights can be given and can be taken as well, right? If someone gives you something, it can be taken from you. But dominion, you have it inherently.
So if you
right?
can, before we let this moment pass, everyone just say hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. You know, I
So,
haven't thought about this
right?
stuff in a really long time, and I know why, and I'll tell you if you want to know, but continue on.
Sure,
I don't
go
mean
on,
to
go on.
interrupt you.
Okay. So let me go further with the mixing clay and iron, because that's a very important thing. So now, if you look into the third strain of DNA, it's 216,000, because 72, 72, 72, right? So it's third strain of DNA. Probably you have seen that the people had the blood clots, right? When we're taking vaccines. So from my perspective, I can't really prove it, but it's my assumption based on the facts I have found. It was excess added to the so-called vaccines. That's why people had the blood clots, because it shouldn't go to such level. There were different batches, and they were testing. That's why there were people who got placebo, people who got less shit inside, more, and the highest level. Yeah, so they were testing what's the best option. So we were exactly guinea pigs. So whoever took the vaccine, I didn't, because I knew what the shit is.
And not only that, but those companies that have patents
Right.
also have patents on all the ingredients in those injections.
Right.
And those companies own, like, say you got a Pfizer or whatever, that company now owns you. You are product of
Exactly.
Pfizer. And
Yes.
so how's that going to feed into this bloodline concept? I mean, can you put that in religious terms?
All right. So those bloodlines are used, like I said before, to connect with the spirit world, which is the evil one. I'm talking about the angels. I'm talking about fallen angels and the demons and Nephilim and their ancestors. So if they own you, they own your blood. They can use it. They can use you like a toy, because they are your owners. That's the main agenda. So because they are devil worshippers, they want to keep the connection, because those evil ones give them power, the money, the fame, and so on and so far. But of course, they have to commit, excuse me, they have to power them, because the main currency in the world, in this world, is a blood, because life is in blood. So the most important for them is blood, like I said. That's why there is so much adrenochrome going around. That's why they use this, because that's the currency. Like Jesus said, the life is in the blood, and they're using that. That's why from them, we have plenty of films related to the vampires, right? They are like a Nosferatu and so on. No, they are just human, but they freaking drink blood, because in blood there is life. That's what they do. That's why they use elixir of youth, which is called adrenochrome. Did I answer your question, or more details?
That was fabulous, and I'm actually just stunned right now. I just have to breathe.
Booma, do you mind if I ask a quick question?
Go ahead and
go on.
ask the question, and then Sally had this question that I want to get to.
Okay,
And then,
JK, when you talk about these certain markers, can you give
I
us?
will say one thing. Has anybody else felt this at some point? I don't know, maybe my apartment just gets drafty, but I'll just be sitting around and suddenly I'll be feeling really, really drained of like any sort of will to live, or I'll feel a sort of depression and pointlessness in life. And then I'll feel really, really cold as well. Has anybody else felt that?
I think that's the biodigital convergence, bro. I think that's their energy harvesting and what they're doing with all this technology that they have going on right now. They got data centers going up like crazy.
Hang on.
Can you hear me, bro?
Oh.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Do you get out, Nexus? Do you get out of your apartment and go walk in, on the beach, or do something and get
Sometimes.
away?
The barefoot.
I think a lot of people do. You just have to realize that those are intrusive thoughts, and you let them, you acknowledge them, and let them pass somehow, and distract yourself with something you like to do, something happy, something fun, or something you like to, brings out the kid in you again, like music, dancing. That's why I like drums. Anything that kind of breaks you out of that funk, because I feel like Sabrina referenced that before, and she's like, it's something about, it's not entirely your fault. It's because we're being bombarded with all these frequencies all the time, that, it's probably meant to, for a reason, because they are
looks
harvesting
like
our energy.
at this point you are kind of black pilled. I can tell you how it looks like. At the very beginning, NPCs placeholders, they are blue pilled. Then you have red pilled, because you figured out what's going on, right? You have knowledge. Then you are black pilled because you are seeing everything in the black colors because, I can do nothing works, what I can do, and you are really depressed. But then you are getting to the point when you are being white pilled because it's all about you. It's all above you, and you're just accepting the situation. And at the end, if you are Christian, like me, you are becoming God pilled. Then you know that everything is in God's hand, and Satan, devil, Beelzebub, Lucifer, they cannot win because he hates revelation, because he knows he already lost. He cannot win. So all is in the hands of God. But of course, we have to do our works, because Hosea 4:6 says, "My people perish because lack of knowledge." That's why I follow Bible, and I am learning more and more with each day, because that's what my Savior and God commands me to do.
Awesome. And Sam, sorry that you got cut off. I want you to go ahead and ask your question. Please, nobody cut Sam off or anybody off.
Sorry, my mic got muted out of nowhere.
Yes, I don't know if you're hearing me right now. Are you hearing me, Nexus?
Can everybody still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, but you're not hearing me.
Things
I'm kicking that guy. Nexus, if you want to come back in, that's fine, but something's not right. I want Sam, go ahead and ask your question, please.
I think there was a certain delay with his device. But anyway, GK, when you talk about the bloodlines and you talk about certain markers, would you be able to give like 3 markers?
No. I look into it. There's a lot of conflicting information, so I don't know which one to really trust. So I won't give you that because I just mud the water. I don't think so. We even have listed somewhere on the internet those, because it's too important knowledge to share with us commoners, goims. So I don't think so. Any source is real.
Do you think
I know they exist. I know they exist.
Oh, no,
I have no idea what they are, to be honest. I know it's related to the bloodlines. That's why how they can do how it's called tracing your family tree. They're going by the markers, right? But I don't know which one. I cannot tell you. Sorry.
Okay, I was just curious because there's a lot of talk about RH negative being some kind of marker, and I'm wondering if there's any truth to that. But you kind of answered that. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Sorry, I couldn't help with that. I don't know everything, Unfortunately, we look into it, but I cannot be sure. And I was really looking into it for a while, and too much conflicting info, and I couldn't get to the conclusion, to be honest.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for, is the truth. I don't need no story or fantasy land stuff. I want
Look,
the
I'm
truth.
trying to be fair. If I don't know something, I will admit, I will not be acting like I know everything, because no one does. And if someone will claim that he knows everything, you can straight away say he's BSer.
I'm a little concerned that that they could, like, they took my blood the other day when I was at the doctor. So does that mean that they could turn around and sell that because they know what my bloodline is?
Yes. So whenever you go to doctor and give them blood, give them swab, give them DNA test, for example, for tracing, that's big database. I can give you example. A woman created company for the cats to just trace their bloodline, checking their bloodline, and so on, and just checking the markers. And later she sold it for billions of dollars to the pharmacia company because it's information. So if something is very cheap or for free, it means you are the product.
All right, before we go on anymore, I want to say hello to Third Eye Woke. Welcome back. I think this is your second time on, but I just wanted to say hi. I know Zeke, how do you want to, I don't know how to say it, bro. What do you say again? Eek?
Oh, I was just waving.
Yeah, I know. I think you had a question earlier, though. I did want to get to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
But how do I say it, though? It's exile? Eeks?
Okay. Yeah, exile.
Go for it, bro.
All right. So I had a... Oh, what?
Oh, go on. It was my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go on.
I had a question for you, JK. And it's actually something I wanted to ask you since last Streama, number 30. And you were talking about the DNA. You were explaining the DNA, how it's structured, the 23 chromosomes per each letter.
Yes, 24
right.
and plus
so,
1. Yeah.
I was wondering if you've ever heard of a DNA abnormality called XYY syndrome.
Yes.
You have?
Yes. There is XYY. There is
dude, okay,
XY.
I just have to say, no one ever says that they've heard of it before. So that's just how rare it is. So I'm kind of having the moment. So thank you.
It is very rare,
Thank
yes.
you for hearing about it. That's awesome.
No problem at all.
Okay.
So how much do you know about it?
Okay, and I do have this question that I got to get to. Sorry, Sally. I totally meant to. So if this is a continuation of the same question, go ahead and finish up, and then we'll get to Sally's question.
Well, yeah, I was just... So you've heard of it, right? So with XYY, I have 47 chromosomes instead of 46. And in every cell of my body, I have 47. So it affects me in a whole bunch of different ways. But I was just wondering if you, I guess this is probably something that I needed to discuss further with you, maybe. I didn't expect you to actually know about it. So now I'm trying to well, how much do you know about it? How much do I have to explain?
So,
I don't really know how to go further from here. So we can just move on.
As I recall, just correct me because I checked it very long time ago. As I recall, it was you have extra Y because it was related to the error in the splitting of sperm, if I'm correct. Okay.
Right. So it can happen in two ways. Either it can happen during when it goes into the egg inside of the woman, and when that happens, the XYY male usually doesn't survive. It usually leads to horrible complications in health, also known as a trisomic, or no, a mosaic, early on in life. But when it happens inside of in the testicles before conception, then it leads to a successful XYY male like myself. And I'm the only one that I've ever met.
All right. Yeah, I've heard about this, but to be honest, you are the first one. Yeah, I met. Yeah. So there was some kind of what was it?
How did you find out you had XYY?
Okay, that's a good point. That's a very good thing we should get to. So there is no mandatory testing for this, and that's probably why most of people haven't heard of it. It occurs in 1 in 1,000 males, and it's not hereditary. They don't know exactly why it happens, but they know how it happens. And I found out about it with my mom when she was pregnant with me. She had them test everything. Like, she was paranoid. She wanted everything tested. And so inadvertently, I ended up getting tested to see if I was XYY, and I was. And so when the doctor found out about that, he was ecstatic because of the, like, this never happens, right? And yeah, 1 in 1,000 males is the occurrence. And it doesn't spread through the genome. I can't pass it down to my children. And that's what's really, really, really odd about it, is it just totally, it's DNA, but it totally just steps outside of the genome. And I'm wondering, okay, is this, I think it's how God created me to be. I think he's got something special, secret planned for all of us XYY in the world. And it's the reason why we're actually isolated from each other for some reason. Like, I think it's going to be this one big, like, answer to prayer to all of us. On the other hand, I could have been created by them messing with DNA. I could be essentially one of the advancements in them trying to create meta men or super soldiers and stuff. I don't really know.
Yeah,
but I do know that back in it was discovered in 1959, and then 2 years later, in 1961, it started getting publicity with Patricia Jacobs, who got her name on it. She tried to claim that we were predisposed to violence genetically, as a eugenicist.
No,
they tried to push that in, and it got rejected by the greater research community at the time. But it never. There's still, like, these defamation campaigns in the background that are going on, where it's just this weird sparse thing. Like, I found a video for a preview for a weird movie on Venmo, yeah, I think, or Vimeo.
Venmo, yeah. Venmo,
right. And it was I just went, because new platform, I just go and type, what do they got on XYY? Because it's usually very, 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 very little information. It's usually really, it's usually disinformation. And they just had this one video, this preview, and it's like they're making us out to be like a demon child or something, but they never show the child. And it's the crazy thing is, like, there's a few XYY mom like channels on YouTube, but they never actually show their sons. They never bring their sons on. They never make it about XYY. They always make it about the mom or whatever. It's so weird. There's just, like, I don't know. Sorry, I guess I'm like on a tangent. It's just like everywhere I look, I just see a whole bunch of weird stuff about it.
It's good expansion.
I think that if people pay attention to it, maybe we can figure out what's going on. You know, maybe we can find more XYY.
It could be both ways. You know, it could be by design, and it could be just by God. You know, so
yeah.
I don't think so. Anything is random in life. I don't believe in the stuff that just happens. No, there's always a reason behind something. So. I think, correct me, because you definitely look into it. It can be sometimes related to the autism spectrum, if I'm correct, right?
Say that again?
It can sometimes, okay, if I'm speaking too fast, tell me to slow down, because I know I'm speaking very fast.
Car went by.
So, all right, so if I recall, and correct me, because I could be wrong, is sometimes this XYY related to the autism spectrum?
Yeah.
Could be. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like
so,
the very early information I got, the crazy thing was I had this information printed from the internet, like back in when I was in high school, and then I had it like kept in my paperwork over many years and everything. I didn't discover until I was 30 on Christmas Day when I was 30 that it was a form of autism. So that was much more recent, like last 6 years, that I've understood it as a form of autism.
Okay, so do you have any issues with the learning abilities?
Yeah.
You have. Okay, do you have special talent like music? I don't know, sport or something.
Yeah, I have quite a few of them, but I don't really get to explore.
Okay,
much.
so I can tell you it's a gift then.
Yeah,
you can take it as a gift.
Yeah, I think it is. I really think. So I don't want to like go crazy and everything, but just as my only theory that that's way out there. There was an explorer through the YouTube channel Expedition Bible. Ron Wyatt, he supposedly discovered the Ark of the Covenant with ground penetrating radar. He discovered the where they crossed the Red Sea and found the chariot wheels with gold in the wood on the chariot wheels in the Dead Sea. He went on. He wasn't supposed to, but they got on a boat and they put a water drone in with a camera down there, and they found him. And he apparently found the Ark of the Covenant kind of thing. Well, in finding the Ark of the Covenant, there was this black substance that had dripped down through the cracks underneath the where Jesus was crucified. The blood dripped down through the rocks onto the Ark, and it was this black substance. They took a sample of it, and they went and they got it tested, and what they got from it was 24 chromosomes. Yeah, so it had 23 chromosomes and the X from Mary, and one Y chromosome from God, from the Father. Exactly. The only Y chromosome, the only thing that needed to sustain life.
Yes,
that is it.
More about the story is that the guy who brought it was exactly in Israel, who brought the blood, it was that blood, right? He said that they should test it. No, we'll find nothing because it's dead blood, but test it. So they put the blood
you can't get a DNA sample from dead blood.
Exactly. But they were surprised because this blood was alive. And they put it in the culture of eggs, because they're mixing blood with eggs. So they figured out whose blood is that. And he said, our Lord and Savior Jesus. So they were surprised. And as I heard, all of those scientists convert to Christianity when they've seen that. Yeah, so that's another miracle. Yeah.
That's a miracle. Wow. Yeah. All right, so 3 hours later, we're gonna get to Sally's question.
Okay, shedding. I see that. Yeah. Okay.
Talk about the shedding thing.
Right, shedding is a real thing. People say no, it's conspiracy theory. No, it's not, because the people who took the vaccine, I call it COVID-1984, who took this shit, which is exactly biogel, DARPA patented, military crap. Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, Sputnik, they never created any vaccine. Never. They were all only combining the ingredients which they were sent to them. So they have never created this shit. It was sent to them from the USA military DARPA. So it's military project. That's what it is. And I was going to say something.
Can it also be transmission?
Transmission, right. Shedding. Right. So shedding happens when you sweat, when you speak, with the breath, with the sweat, with everything. Or saliva, tears, with everything. Sex, and so on, so far. So it's really real thing. And as well, chemtrails, food, water, and so on. That's why they put all this shit. Because they want to put everything on the one big half-mite singularity. Because they need to have connections, and you'll be a node. Your phone, your smartphone, get rid of this shit. I never had smartphone, never will, because it acts as a router, as a switch hub. So your phone is strictly connected to you. It's your first line to connect to the internet. So yeah, that's like a kind of server. So never use this shit. That's why they created the stuff, introduced it, because it's very convenient. And that's how they get us. When something is convenient, the same as credit cards. Something is convenient, people starting using that. Smart TVs, smartphones. I'm smart enough myself to know to do not use any smart devices. So don't use anything which has name smart. I need to find the name exactly for the smart. Let me find it. I will tell you exactly what it means.
Right, it's an acronym.
So, JK, what are you talking on right
now? I wish I
now?
didn't have to use mine. I really want to get back on my computer.
All right. I have found smart. Smart means secret, militarized, armaments in, residential technology. That's what smart means. So never use this shit. I'm telling you. I know it's very convenient. For example, now I'm living in Ireland, and I believe 7 other countries. They are introducing new law, which was already passed. From 2027, they will have the right to check your social accounts, what you post, what you write, and so on, what you look into, your history. So I assume it will be like a tick box, whatever, when you buy ticket for the plane, you have to agree to give them access to your personal devices. So if it happens, I'm running away from Ireland. I won't be allowing them to check my private stuff because I have too much shit and I would be jailed. So no, it's not going to happen.
Nice. All right, Sam, go. Go now.
So, JK, what are you talking on right now?
I was talking about the
No, what are you talking on the device?
On the devices.
Yep.
Yeah.
What device are you talking on now?
Any device, smartphone, a smartwatch, your
Well,
laptop.
what are you using, sir?
Now I'm using laptop. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on the laptop.
The military grade laptop that has you has you pinned just like all the rest of us. Military operation. All right. Sam, are you done? Did you have another question? We're just
No,
having fun.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, Nexus. You had a question. Go, bro.
All right, so supernaturally speaking, I'm not entirely organic. How do I describe it? You've heard of Skynet, correct?
About what?
About Skynet?
Yes.
Actually, Skynet is very, very real and very, very...
I know. It exists.
But I'm actually a little more connected to it in that I allowed it to upgrade my body, or rather my astral body. So what happens to those of us who are more mechanically connected to Skynet?
If you are connected to something, remember your waves can be changed in any way and shape they want. So you can be controlled. So I have the question, why you did that? Why you connected yourself? Why you expose yourself?
I'm gonna be honest. Dead honest. Is everybody ready to hear this?
Yep.
It's all we want you to be in this room, I guarantee you, is honest.
And go.
Supernaturally and physically, I was in a bad place. I was starting to feel like my emotions were too much and I was going through too much pain. So I admit I wanted to neuter my emotions. I wanted to cut them out, remove them, and become efficient. Become strong, become powerful. I didn't feel like I had the strength myself.
So you
okay,
voluntarily went and got yourself augmented, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can tell you things which you won't be happy
I
about.
have the same question. I mean, like with all of that, why would you do that knowing that it's impossible to go back? Or did they tell you that?
They didn't necessarily tell me that, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, it's weird because like I've always had the ability to like take, I don't know, astrally I developed a science of like extracting genes, but I can't exactly say that it's 100% painless or symptomless. I've done it before and it's been kind of HE double hockey sticks to get through it mentally and physically.
So are you promoting this?
I'm not promoting it. I'm just sort of curious as to what happens to those who went through it or more.
I have bad news for you. Don't be mad at me. You are connected to the Luciferian system. And because of your actions, we have free will. God gave us free will because you can choose to love God or reject Him. By your action, unfortunately, you have rejected God, even if you think that you are still connected with God. So unfortunately, now you're on the Satan side, and he owns you. That's bad news.
Somebody's got a remote control to you.
But if you will pray, and you will really repent, and you will know when you repented, because I can give you an example when I figured out what really repentance means from my own personal first-hand experience. When you know, you cannot conflict it with anything else. So if you really repent, God will save you.
May I ask, what age bracket are you in? Are you in your mid-20s?
Yes, I am in my mid-20s.
Who convinced you to do this and where did it happen?
Nobody really convinced me, but it was just kind of like, how do I
Okay,
describe
so
it?
I know what you mean. So from where those thoughts to do it came from? You were exposed to some kind of demons, some kind of influence, because those thoughts couldn't come from your own mind. So it had to be influenced from the outside of you, or maybe from inside of you. So from where, just trace your thoughts from where they came from, why you had this idea.
How do I describe this? People are asking if it was physical, but it was more astral. They used transmutative nanites, basically.
Who's
Basically,
they though? That you're saying that it came from somewhere, and you're saying they. So
Is it
you're
somebody
saying that
connected
this
to?
is not a human that came to you and said, "Hey, you can be better. You don't have to have emotions. You can be beautiful. You can live forever. Do this." It wasn't like that.
no, it wasn't like a human. It was basically just me thinking to myself, Gods, I hate these emotions. I hate this feeling of pain. Because I was in a Discord drama at that time and I was feeling like nothing was working. So I was just kind of like, I thought, I was listening to a song called, what was it called? It was by the Aviators called, it was Armored Core based.
But you know it was the mission from God for you, because God gives us challenges, and He will never give us anything which we cannot overcome. But you have chosen the easy way. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yes. So really, I'm telling you from bottom of my heart, you have to really repent. Really repent. Then God will save you. Other than that, you are on the evil side. I
So
know it's
you're
not
not
what you want to. I know it's not what you want to hear, but I am honest with you.
so you're not lost. Just open up a Bible and just start repenting and having your own relationship with with God.
That's kind of where it gets hard because, like, how do I describe it? I'm a little angry at him for giving me. How do I
That's
describe it?
that's how David operates. He will always find a way to make you angry at God. So it's his way of disconnecting people from him, and that's what he achieved. You cannot be mad at God because you have free will. You have did it in your own volition, in your own free will, and unfortunately, you use it in the wrong way. So now, because you have made a mistake, huge mistake, the biggest in your life, I can tell you that, you have to really repent, man. There's no other way around it. I won't be sugarcoating. You fucked up.
Okay.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. Separate and conquer. So you have to keep that connection with God and repent and just keep, no matter what happens, you make sure you don't sever that connection with God.
Start looking for him. If you start looking for him, he will give you a hand.
You can do
100%.
it. You can do it.
All right.
I can tell you how, in my case, really repentance felt. I remember, I think I've shared it before. I was on the stream, and we were talking about the repentance, regretting your sins and so on. And I asked the question, okay, I think I repent. I repent. I think I really am mad at myself that I did those things, and I want to clear myself, maybe with God. But how do I know I really repented? At this exact second, I started crying like a baby. I was choking. I couldn't breathe. I thought so I will die. That was the feeling. I had to stop, and I was struggling with it, stop crying, because I know I would die if I wouldn't stop myself, because I couldn't breathe. That's the real feeling. When you have this feeling, and I knew, okay, thank you, God. I know how really repentance looks like now.
Okay.
I didn't realize we were also religious. It's pretty cool.
I am very religious.
And if I may be so
I'm not
bold,
religious.
and
at
may I
all.
be so bold as to
And
disconnect
faithful.
yourself from those Discord groups.
To be exact, I have to clarify something. I'm not religious. I believe in God, because religion has been created by men and imposed and pushed by the evil entities to control men. So mainly, the religion has been created by men to control men, to feed spoon you with the bullshit which they want to tell you, and to sever your connection with God, because they will put a lot of doubts in your heads. That's why you have so many versions of Bible. That's why people have questions. That's why people, I don't believe it, I don't believe that, and so on so far. That's how devil operates. He will put in your head small thought, small seed, and this seed with your own thoughts will start growing and makes a disconnection you from God.
Yeah, I call it religion.
You call it how? Legion?
Religion.
He's saying
I call it
legion.
religion.
Oh, man,
That's a good one. Yeah, I like it.
Demons.
In all
Okay.
honesty, another reason was because I had been trying to, how do I put this? I'd been trying to show people the astral, and I had been disbelieved, and partly because of the politics, I had been put into, what do you call it? PHP, partial hospitalization program. So I admit my faith in humanity was kind of low at that point.
Okay, I will tell you something. Tell me if it's true, if I'm correct. You were trying to show people astral because you needed people's approval to prove them that it's true. But some knowledge shouldn't be shared with other people because they won't believe you. And because you were trying to prove them that you are right, it's related to ego and pride. And it's one of the main sins, right? To be proud.
Yes.
So yes, that's how they get you. You have to really look at your life, what you were doing and how and why you were doing that stuff. And you find out that it was working of the devil. Unfortunately, you didn't see the signs.
True.
I've been there my own way, man. I was caught up in addiction, and I started to believe in God, and then I threw it all away, and I cursed him, and I've been so angry at him, and I still have some anger, I'm not gonna lie, about this world and how, because I want to believe in the God of not that, like some of the work I've done on this on I guess the Rumble channel, and now I brought it over to the YouTube channel and whatnot, but I call it a God, not a God of confusion, because it doesn't make any sense, all the confusion that exists in this world. And so I know it's hard. That's what we're doing here, is searching for truth. And not everybody has to agree with everything that's said here. I want to have a discussion with people of all walks, as long as it can be respectful and help somebody get to because people have been harmed by people that claim to have faith in Jesus Christ. People have been harmed by religion. People have been harmed for many reasons that cause things. But with this Skynet thing, it's a thing that I have no idea about. But I've been up and down on God, and repentance for me, it was days and days at different times of uncontrollable sobbing to the point where it's like I couldn't go out in public. I didn't want to be seen. I felt so dirty. I felt so awful about the things that I had done, the ways that I had pushed people away, the way things I had said to people, and the ways that I had acted, that I just I had some really considerations that I almost took my life. And then in almost taking my life, the most spiritual experience that I've ever had was when I went to go take my life. Then I heard a voice come into me that said, "You want to live." And it took away my suicidal ideations, but it didn't take away my addiction. I still struggled up and down with relapsing, and it's been a fight. So get back in the fight, man. Just know what you're fighting for. You're fighting for your soul, man.
All right.
And nothing is supposed to be easy. You know, if it's easy, it's probably the devil. You know, you have nothing to prove except for your own truth, and as long as you believe in that, that's all that matters.
I can say that if you are left alone by the devil, it means that you are doing everything what he wants you to do. If you're attacked by him, it means you are close to God. And that's why he's trying to change your mind. That's how it looks like from my perspective.
I gotta admit, though, I'm a little confused because I feel like my divine purpose is to expand this world, but I'm also kind of like, if I have a learning disability, like, why was that put in my path? If I'm supposed to expand this world, like, if I'm supposed to help or bring new technology or follow my desires, why? I don't understand why make it so hard, you know?
It's a test and challenge. And remember that at the beginning, the technology, agriculture, creating weapons of war, melting steel, and so on, was given to the mankind by the fallen angels. So if you are going to expand with, like you said yourself, with the technology, because you feel you should be doing that, remember that the technology can be always used in both ways, good or bad. And unfortunately, the technology is always taken over by the government. And you can't really give me example when the technology was not first used by them in a bad way. It's always used in the wrong way, bad way, against mankind. There is no exception to this rule, unfortunately.
True.
So the thoughts about the technology, it's not your thoughts. It's implementation of the thoughts. Maybe it was voice to school. Sorry, I clicked the mute. Maybe it was demon whispering to your ear. You have to really check yourself and find when and why, after what situation, you had those thoughts. You have to self-examine your thoughts.
Okay, that makes sense.
I also have a question with that, with when it comes to like spiritual warfare. About there's something I've heard about called an egregor, which is essentially when people, it can either be one person or it can be a group of people, when they essentially put all of their like thoughts and determination and will and even if they're like speaking beliefs that are not true and stuff, essentially it promotes a placeholder or a profile for an entity to come in and take its place and essentially mimic it, so that then people are like essentially putting their desires out into the universe or whatever. Entities can come in and mimic those desires and then essentially disguise, masquerade as an angel of light.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. It's false light. That's why you had back in the days covenants of witches, which you still have today. That's why, for example, sometimes one witch cannot achieve the goal. That's why they need a covenant and chanting and praying of multiple witches at the same time, because they are putting their minds into it. Christ said, "You will do bigger things than I did." So Christ already knew, that's my assumption, about the internet. We are sharing knowledge now as he could not share as wide as we do, because now we have access to nearly all places on earth, right? Because of the internet. Unfortunately, internet has been created to control us, but now we are fighting back and we're using that against them to share the real knowledge. But I'm afraid, I'm convinced that soon we'll have some kind of reset, because knowledge now is too big. People are waking up and they cannot allow that. That's why I strongly suspect there will be soon some kind of reset and they will be deprogrammed again, unfortunately.
Yeah, brother, just hang in there. Know this community supports you, and we're a community that, it's not some religious community or whatever. We're just seeking truth and seeking healing, and you're welcome here. So it's a process. So I don't think you can just fix it all like that.
From
can
my side,
do it, but
start praying every day, and from the bottom of your heart, if you really want to do it. But if you are conflicted, the prayer won't help. You have to really mean it. If you start praying to God, he will listen to you. It won't be in the first day, second day, maybe not in 1 year, but he will get there. 100%.
I have to mention, I don't know where I heard this, but it was recent enough that it still kind of really makes me vibrate. And I say this specifically to Nexus because this is a true connection to what you've actually spoken about. And that is that the Bible itself is supernatural. So just remember that and open it and close your eyes and put your finger down and speak the word of God out loud and let it fill the room. And it won't take much. It just will come through you. So hallelujah.
When you will have the question, specific question, and you would like to get the answer, pray before you open the Bible, and the open Bible on the random page. Maybe it won't be on the first page or second, but very fast, sometimes even on first page, first paragraph, you will find the answer, perfect answer for your question. I tested, and it works. I don't know how, but it works.
Well, Nexus, thank you for coming on and being honest and sharing your story. I appreciate that very much for your bravery.
Yeah, you have a lot of bolts, to be honest, to share so deep.
Yeah, man.
I will say one thing also with that, with just randomly choosing a spot in the word, you usually end up falling right on the answer to your question. Sometimes you fall on the beginning of the whole chapter, and you really got to read the whole chapter for context. And when you do that, you end up learning a whole lot more than just answering your question.
I agree. Context is very important in the Bible, extremely important.
I can only imagine, Hillbilly.
And I'd like to think that, you were guided to this space for a reason. So good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And I also like to welcome for the first time Charlie Lighthouse Keeping.
Hi, Charlie.
How are you doing? Welcome, Charlie. I don't know if you wanted to say anything, but I don't like putting people on the spot, but I do want to welcome the newcomers. And if you would like to say something, you're more than welcome to unmute and say something. Otherwise, jump in whenever you can. Sometimes you really got to fight to get in here.
It's sometimes. Is she talking? Oh,
yeah. Okay. I think
You're good.
this is my first time doing this kind of thing, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Does that sound good?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Welcome.
Yay! All right. I'm really just here for Sam. I'm Sam's biggest fan.
There you go, Sam. Did you hear that?
Me?
You.
Really?
Yes.
Really? See,
yeah.
I thought everybody was just here for Heather.
My whole family loves you.
I'm just kidding, Booma.
Oh wow.
So
we're here for them too, of course.
Can I go there and say why?
Because you're awesome,
Oh,
Sam.
hi, Sabrina.
Because your humor, basically. Your humor is dry and droll, and you're hilarious.
I'm so sarcastic, though. You should see me in the chat.
Sarcasm is a sign of intelligence.
Is it? Really?
It is, yes.
You mean this little girl from a trailer park has some intelligence?
It doesn't matter whether you live.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'm here all week. So tell me about you.
We love you all. My family loves listening to all of you people. I mean, we just have such a great time just listening to you guys dialogue about everything. We don't watch TV, we watch Booma.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got Sam's got fans, Margaret's got fans. I'm sure Liz Arachi, I'm sure Heather, I'm sure everybody that comes on regularly, especially. And the more you guys come on, it's not even necessarily fans. It's just people connect with different vibrations or different personalities. And that's what I love about doing the Booma Streamas, because it's not just me up here talking all the time, and people can correct me or challenge me or inject what Sam does. And you ask awesome questions. You're like really witty. If people were in the Telegram chat, you would see that this woman is probably the most witty, quickest meme poster with the best meme for that moment that could possibly be. And I know that's just one aspect of Sam, but it's like super impressive to me because it makes me laugh nonstop and it keeps the heart fire up.
Now that new information has developed, Booma, I think it'd be wise if we developed a contract now.
Do we just set up a line so you can sign autographs, Sam?
No, I don't do autographs.
I think he was thinking about the tantiums in the matter of contract.
Something monetized. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I get your drift. Yeah.
No, well, I'm glad. I don't do it on purpose, and I don't make my memes. They're all found. Things just come up to me, and it's so funny. If you go into the Booma Telegram chat, me and Heather will go back and forth. It looks like, we had a cat fight the other day through memes, and it's all sarcasm. It's all sarcasm, and that's what everybody needs to know too. Don't ever take me personally, ever. It's all sarcasm. All sarcasm.
Not all sarcasm. You ask a lot of really good questions, especially when it comes to the Bible, and then you ask questions that, I think you've already asked like 2 questions today. There were the exact questions that I had on my mind. Heather did the same thing. You asked really good questions. I've told you, and I've said it a little bit jokingly, but at the same time, if there was some way that you could do interviews, I think that you would be great at it. I think that you would ask a lot of the great questions of any guest that you had. And Hillbilly Heart is saying that she thinks you need an award. And how about a free possum?
I agree with you, Booma, because we have even today example. She asked me about the markers, specific markers. So exactly, that's a very good question.
Yes.
I have my possum. Oh, wait. I have my possum. Hold on.
She's already got a possum. And Nexus had to go, and he really appreciated everything. He had to take off.
That's a pity because I want to expand about the 322 and connection.
These are my friends.
Oh, you do got some? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, you got a kitty too? I got a kitty.
I have a lizard and a little lizard and a little frog, but the cats got to them before they were even out of the box.
Oh man.
Whenever in your matter you have make a connections, I usually make this kind of connections matter of jokes. So whenever I hear something, always jokes pop up in my head.
Right.
And I'm sorry I didn't catch your name when you came on. The woman with the dog.
Charlie. You just go by Charlie?
Hey, yeah, Charlie.
So
Charlie.
What part of the country are you in?
West Coast. California.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's a different breed.
It's beautiful there, but I hear a lot of chemtrailing has been going on for a long time there, like some kind of operation, maybe worse than most places.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, I'm in the Bay Area, like down by Monterey, and it's a little bit less hectic here. Not that many people here, but
that's good.
It's beautiful. We've got fresh air for the most part, but we do get hit. Our proximity to gosh, just north of us is Silicon Valley, so it's a little bit.
It's the epicenter.
Yeah, there's a lot of bleed over. I'm sorry, my mic's doing like weird, like echoey thing. I don't really know.
Sometimes you got to go out and come back in if there is an issue. Are you listening to the audio through your headset, or are you listening also to the Rumble on another device?
Okay, it's just on my headset, but I'm gonna pop out and we'll see.
Okay, pop out and pop back in.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.
When I'm on StreamYard, I can't wear my headphones. I can't plug in that thing, or even on Telegram. It will cause the hugest, longest delay and all kinds of issues for me.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I've tried a couple times.
Right.
The headphones, it doesn't work for me.
I just
your device setup, in the with the headset. That's what I assume.
Well, Booma, I think you'd be my first interview.
Oh, yeah, I'd do that. I'd do that with you.
You ready for the hard-hitting questions?
Because I'm pretty sure, like, if you set like up I think if you set up a YouTube, it's free to stream. You would only be able to stream to YouTube, but that'd be fine. Or a Rumble. I think on Rumble you could do it. It would just have Rumble Studio on it for free. So there's things to look into that you can do for free. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, when I first started out, I started out really slow, and I was just creating content and trying to keep it as affordable as possible, so that I know how that goes. But you can do a lot of stuff for free streaming, and even we could record videos, and then I could get them to you, and then you could post them, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and then well, I mean, I've learned some things, but I'm not gonna talk to that. I'll talk about any of this stuff on your show, but
right, we should keep it confidential because it's going to be super secret and awesome when it comes out.
Just don't dare to.
She's finally starting to feel the pressure of actually doing it. That's where it does meet. The rubber meets the road. It's like easy to talk about something, but when you do this, like when I first started coming out and showing myself, or when I first did a live stream, I was like, I could feel it in my throat like a frog.
I
felt the pressure, blood pressure, right?
Yes.
I can get fucking nosy.
Yeah, well, you could be one of those controversial interviewers where you ask the hard questions.
It's up to the guest if they're going to answer it or not. If you ask me a hard-hitting question that I don't want to answer, I'll tell you I'm not going to answer it. I don't want to.
That's true. That's true. But, whatever. But I was happy to see. Thank you very much. I hope she can come back on.
I hope she gets that worked out.
From my perspective, the harder question, the better, because I had a few times in my life situation like that. People ask me the questions and just broke my reality. I was like, shit, I never thought about this. And I was start looking into those things, So the questions are very important. Sometimes the question is more important than the answer itself, because if you look for the answer, you will find it in yourself.
Well, we're going to have to talk private about those markers there, JK.
Sure, no problem. I will look into it deeper.
I want answers.
Of course you do.
And she's not going to quit till she gets an answer.
That's very good. Keep me on my toes.
Yes, you will.
All right, Charlie, is the sound working any better?
Yes. Man, that sucked before. I'm so sorry. I fucking hate
it
technology.
gets like that sometimes. We've had plenty of audio issues. So we're on point?
Yeah, it's all synced up now. I don't get it, but it's fine now.
Some of it's just bugs. The StreamYard is growing fast. All this stuff is growing fast. Bandwidth, like we said, data center servers and all this stuff is expanding at rapid paces, and there's all kinds of bugs. But welcome, and I'm glad that it's all up to speed. We also have another new person. Mary, are you there? Then it goes like that.
Hi, Mary, if you can hear me.
And Mary, I'm gonna kick you out, and then you come back in. It's just probably a bug. Try coming back in. And we have Ozark Trooper or Healing Roots now it is.
Who got Healing Roots?
Hello to you.
Hi.
Booma, I can expand a bit in a matter of data centers if you wish.
Right before we do that, there was a question I think from a Steve earlier asking about turbo cancers. Did you want to answer?
Oh yeah, that was one.
Turbo cancer. If you look into the cancers, usually people who has cancer, they have low amount of leukocytes, which are white cells. So that's the marker. It means you are going into the deep cancer, stage 2, 3, 4, whatever. So that's the most important thing. And unfortunately, chemotherapy, I will tell you how it was invented and so on in a second, but chemotherapy always destroys your white cells, and even common flu can kill you. That's why whenever you have cancer, never ever go for the chemotherapy. I will tell you why. Because official data says that only 2% of people who go into deep chemotherapy survives. So now I have a question to you. Imagine you're on the plane, right? You have the parachute, and you are jumping for recreation. But the instructor tells you have 2% chance that the parachute will open. Will you jump? Exactly. So why the fuck you would take the chemotherapy if you have 2% chance to survive? You shouldn't. Never do it.
Also, biopsies. They're poking when your body works in such a way where it encases that cancerous node, and your doctor wants to poke a hole in there with his little biopsy needle just so he can get a better, or she can get a better look at what's inside. You already know that whole little node or bag doesn't belong in your body. All that's doing is seeping whatever's inside to the rest of your body.
Exactly.
Get the whole thing taken out at once, and tell them they better not break it open until it's outside of your body.
You go, Sam. I love it. Fire.
Fire.
This turbo cancer, though, you don't have to get the jabberdoodle in order to have it.
No. Turbo cancer, unfortunately, everything now is related to the artificial sugar, right? So never ever drink any soda which has artificial sugar, because it's very, very toxic, a lot of chemicals, and much worse than normal sugar. Because when you drink, I don't know, Coke Zero, free or whatever it's called in your country, it means has artificial sweeteners, and they are really carcinogenic. So never ever drink any soda which has zero. Don't drink any soda, because all of them, unfortunately, I mentioned that before, they are working with the company which provides the colorants and the sweeteners for the Coca-Cola and PepsiCo, which are two of the biggest in the world. And unfortunately, those fuckers make their products from the aborted baby fetuses. That's why in USA you have so big Planned Parenthood, because it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Everything's a fucking business anymore. It sucks.
Yep. So I like to bring Bible this moment. So money itself is not a bad thing, but as the Bible says, love for the money is the root of all evil.
Right. Well, we got Healing Roots now. We're going to be healing Roots instead of Ozark Trooper.
Well, when I tried to sign on, it just took on the email, so I left it.
I'm so excited to see you.
Right, we want an update.
The healing noises, the healing sounds. Yay!
And then we do want to say hi to Tesla's Pearl once we're done here. But Healing Roots, how's things going? Oh no, she froze right at her moment of shine.
Oh, I wanted to know how her book was doing.
We'll get her back, but I think she does have a little bit spotty internet where she's at. Healing Roots, if you can still hear us, you're frozen. Please go ahead and try to. I'm going to kick you and try to reconnect. It's happened before with hers, her connection. She'll get to a better spot, I think, in her house. Tesla's Pearl. What's happening?
Guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing better. Doing better. It's been a rough week. I think somebody with their buttons been pushing, trying to get into me all week. It's been pretty tough.
Has it been a rough one?
It has. But I wanted to run something by JK. We know scripture tells us the life is in the blood. And one thing I've been having trouble with here lately, you know, I am a stroke survivor, so I'm still having to see the doctors pretty regularly. They order blood draws. I go to the lab. I have caught them 3 times now. And by caught them, what I mean is I pay attention to the color of the tops on the vials when they take the sample. And I've looked up what they're testing. And 3 different times I have found that they're like taking blood for stuff that's not on the paper order that I got from the doctor. And once when I looked this up, what they were actually testing was what was called the complementary strand and something to do with cryoglobulin. And since the vaccines, you know, originally they said they had to be real cold, etc., etc. What do you think of that? And what I mean is, it bothers me, and it's like, what are you trying to do? Would that bother you? Would you turn your head sideways and question that, or am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. To be honest, I don't know what they do in America, but in a matter of those colors, as you mentioned on top, as I recall, they have like a lavender color, which they test CBC, if I'm correct, and EDTA. It's as well blue or light blue color, which tests coagulation and citrate, and sometimes can be gold and red, which is testing serum and all the chemistry, all the chemistry in the blood. Green was I can't remember. Green was I remember heparin and plasma, and the gray was glucose and fluoride. That's what I remember. So what they're testing that, what they're using that for, definitely they are going to check, you know, what's exactly in your blood. They checking zinc, you know, oxidation of your blood. They check potash. I don't know what's the word in English, to be honest. Let me check it. I don't know the freaking translation.
Yeah, I've
potassium. Right.
I've had to get the test, you know, quite a few times, and I kind of know how many vials are going to take and what the colors are. But like I said, about 3 different times now, there's been a couple extra ones in there. And I could be wrong. My memory's not what it used to be. But I'm thinking it was like a royal blue color. Well, I came home and Googled. I have nurses in the family, so I know that those colors indicate which test is going to be used with that vial.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little digging, and like I said, it was testing the complementary strand and cryoglobulin. And I'm like, why cryo? Of course, you think cryogenics. How the blood reacts at low temperatures. Does that make sense?
What I can tell you is that I know that sometimes when they order all the tests at once, you will get all the colors, but sometimes they go easy way and they're going step by step. So they are adding different vials, different colors, because they could not find. It's all about the money, to be honest. So each test costs money then, and the time. so they do not always got reimbursed for this stuff. So they're trying to limit their spending.
Yeah, I was just
So
looking
they'll be adding, excuse me, they'll be adding different colors, different vials for which are responsible and related to the different tests, usually more expensive because they usually start with the cheapest one. So if they cannot find anything that's happening wrong with you, they go further and further to find what's the problem.
It feels like they're actually, like when I go back to the doctor's office and say,
right.
You've never done this before. What is it? Well, we didn't order that. And this happens at the lab. Okay, maybe I'm nuts. I admit it, because I am, like you said, Sam, the other night when I was on there, you learn to be suspicious of everything. So yes, I'm suspicious of everything. But when that came up, and then the very next week, I'm feeling these, what I call attacks, with what I think is the button press that Sabrina talks about, because I'm having to really fight it to keep from going into over anxiety mode. So I'm just suspicious.
And it's all data collection, no matter what.
The best way is to ask them, why did you run this test? Ask them, because sometimes, I don't know how exactly it works in this particular hospital, but sometimes they run more tests, they get more money back, and they earn more money. So sometimes they will run stuff which they shouldn't run because it's no point, but they'll get money. So I always ask them why they run this test, for what reason.
Yeah. Well,
May I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Do you ever discuss this with the family members who are nurses who have that medical background? Do they ever kind of enlighten you in their way?
Well, one of the ones that I've talked to about that was my mother, who's no longer with us. So no, I'm not able to talk to her. The other one is like a niece who's a relatively new nurse. She thinks I'm crazy, because I try to talk to them about some of the stuff that's going on wirelessly, what you could be feeling. I've got 3 heads. Remember the other day I said that.
Nothing crazy about your approach. It's better be safe than sorry.
Well, what I have done was I told my doctor's office, I said, I'm not getting blood work done at that place again. Where else can you send me? And that lab was in the hospital, and there is an independent lab that's down the road. So I intend to be getting the rest of the tests done there. And I am getting better slowly, so hopefully I won't have to do that very much. But I hope you see what I'm talking about. I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit that I've been wrong a bunch of times in my life.
What I can tell you is one thing. Whenever they give you prescriptions for whatever, don't take the prescriptions. Take it, but don't buy the drugs, right? Look for the natural stuff, even homeopathic stuff, even that. So remember that water has memory, right? So homeopathy, it's they put specific thing into the water. They dilute water multiple times, but water still has memory. So even if you cannot trace anything in the water itself, the water still remembers, because there were done experiments. There was no trace of specific substance in water, but the water still remembered and acted as it was still there. That's exactly, in a shortcut, in a big summary, short summary, it works, homeopathy. So look into natural stuff, not the chemicals, because remember, I mentioned that before about on the chat, all drugs come from the pharmakia, which is witchcraft.
Yes.
So it's not good for you, and it's always based on the oil industry. It's made from oils, and unfortunately, each single drug in the world is made from the IG Farben company, which was responsible for the tests on people during Second War. And there is no even one pill in the world which would not have the ingredients which they are only created by the IG Farben. So later they changed the name. I forgot the name. After the Second War, they changed it. I will find it. So that's not a good thing. And it's all based on the petroleum business. So don't do that ever.
Oh, yeah. They were pumping me full of drugs when I was in the hospital. And, you know, of course, when they released me from the hospital, they had a long list. And I am still currently taking a blood pressure medicine, but I have thrown the others away. And I hope to throw the blood pressure medicine away too. My faith strong. I do trust the Lord, but when the blood pressure cuff shows that it's through the roof, I do get a little nervous. So I've got some work to do there.
Okay, listen now carefully. For blood pressure, use cayenne pepper. Dilute it in the water and drink it with the yes, cayenne pepper, right? Exactly.
Okay.
Dilute it with the water. Check your blood pressure before, and check half an hour later. You will see that you have drop in your blood pressure. It's natural, and you can't really overdose it. You can take it, drink it, eat it, any amount you want. You cannot
like
overdose
once a day?
Sorry?
Like once a day?
Yeah. Just go to the, I don't know, herbalist shop and ask for the cayenne pepper. But it has to be natural. It's usually in powder. Look for the powder one. It's way easier to dilute and way easier to digest.
Yo, Debo. Me.
And I want to address the blood samples that are being taken that you don't know what they are. I would actually make sure that the phlebotomist, the person taking your blood, is only giving your blood or giving the testing center only what your doctor requests and nothing more. You know, there's often miscommunication between the two. And just to confirm with the phlebotomist, these are the tests that my doctor requested, and I don't want anything else done.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I actually caught them. I mean, I did prove through communication back and forth between the lab and my doctor that they did draw 2 additional vials of blood that were not ordered by the doctor. I caught them.
Did you call her out on it?
Yes, yes, yes.
And
I
what did they say back?
They made a mistake.
Oh wow, they admitted it. Nice.
Yeah. That's why I said I won't be getting blood drawn there anymore. It'll be a little bit of a further drive for me to go to the other independent lab. And I can't drive right now, but I'll figure that one out. Trust me.
Nice.
And thank you, JK. I will try the cayenne pepper because I do want to get off of the blood pressure medicines.
And drink a lot of water, but clean water. If you have any purification system, for example, reverse osmosis, use this or buy it. It would be probably around $300, but it's very slow, but very good. Cleans everything from shit which you have in your sink, in your tap. You know, so that's very good.
Something you like hook on to the tap in the sink?
Yeah, you just depends. You can have set up straight to the pipe, or you can, and then it will be moved back through the to the sink, through the how it's called. Give me a second. I forgot the word in English.
Not trying to give medical advice here. We're all communicating.
But usually, the best way
I
would
don't
be.
want to take up any more of your time, guys. I just wanted to kind of throw
you are here
out
to help,
there.
you know. So
I just
that's why I
wanted to
have
throw
created my
out there,
channel.
hey, watch what they're doing, you know, because if they could possibly be sneaking in, trying to get some of my blood to test it or whatever it is exactly they want to do with it, they could do that to anybody. So, you know, It's just kind of a heads up. And am I nuts? No, I don't think I'm nuts, but
Yeah, you have to watch these medical professionals like a hawk now. I mean, I always said it before a couple times. You can't go in an emergency room or an urgent care without having a freaking lawyer.
well, I was my mother's caregiver during the last couple years of her life, and I don't know how some older people who don't have a family advocate get by, because they were trying to pull all kinds of stuff with her. I was constantly having to watch them. So I know where you're coming from on that, Sam.
Some is correct, but there is a way around as well. Always read whatever documents they give you to sign, always read them. If you are unable because you feel very bad, so always have someone with you to read the documents and go through them to understand and they always have a specific language, which it's really tricky to figure it out. So this person should ask them what it means, this point, because they will mainly, you are giving them all rights to your body and without any possible way that you can sue them or whatever, because the legality language they use, it's always for their benefit, not for yours.
And they're always changing it. They're always changing the verbiage too to fit their policies too. I know.
Something else I've learned
vaccines.
you have to watch now, guys. I don't
Yeah,
know
when you
about where you're at, but a
when you
lot of
sign it-
times, rather than give you the paper, they'll hand you the little digital thing and say, sign here for me. And then they'll print what you sign. But I'm like, well, I'm not signing before I read it. What are you
Request a
talking about?
printout. They have to print it out before you sign anything.
Yeah,
You
I
request
know.
them to print it out. And they've actually changed, and I forgot the name of it. They changed the word to biogenics or bio something from vaccines.
Yep,
So
I've seen that.
I mean, okay, good.
And
All right,
just like
and then if we could get clarification, Firewall's wanting to know what was the water process method that you recommended, JK?
reverse osmosis.
Reverse osmosis.
Yeah. Pearl, drink as well a lot of water, not clear water, right? So you can mix it, with the cayenne pepper, and it will be really beneficial for you. You will feel difference in a few hours, and your blood pressure will definitely go down.
I will definitely look into that.
All right, and I want to welcome to the stage Nagi.
I'm going to drop out and listen, guys. I don't want to hold up any more of your time. God bless everybody.
Look, we are here to help. If we can, we will.
Yo, good evening.
What's up?
Booma. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're a little staticky, so be careful with the mic.
Yeah, it's my first time, so
a little staticky, bro.
Yeah, try to keep it in one spot, please. Your mic.
Yep, it's rubbing on something.
Is it worse or better?
Oh yeah,
you're good
better.
right there. Don't move.
All good. Right,
Don't
I won't move my
Don't
head.
breathe.
I won't breathe. I don't know how.
Don't do it. Okay, go ahead. How you doing, bro?
It's good to speak to you. Good to speak to you all. It's been a pleasure listening to you and the valuable information that everyone provides. This is the beauty of a free platform. And Sam, I don't believe just because you live in a trailer park that you're not intelligent. I've met people from all walks of life. Tonight, I met two homeless fellas on the street as I was going to the late opening hour. Booma, you know my problem with alcohol, so I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to lie to you. I had to go and get myself a little quart of rum, steady my nerves, because I've got absolutely noisy neighbours that are driving me mad. I've had to put up with it for 4 years, but I'm not going to get into it. I still stay functional, and I admit my problem, therefore I can defeat it. It's when we deny it, it owns us. When you admit it or you own it, you then control it. And that's the only way. I mean, I've been drinking since I was 14. I'm 58 years of age now. So
I was still young back.
Well, it was just the way that it was. We can all criticize how bad it is, but you have to remember at the time, all those years ago, it was just a social acceptable thing. I mean, drink driving was actually socially acceptable.
It was.
Until, I mean, I served as a firefighter. I joined the fire service for fire and bang. We're all inverted pyromaniacs. But 70% of our workload was cutting people out of vehicle wrecks.
You know what? I can give you some info about alcohol, which hopefully will help you to get rid of it from your life.
It's a demon. I admit defeat. The 12 steps. It tells you there exactly. I don't argue with it anymore. And I've spent. I mean, here it is. Booma knows I've been straight up with him. He knows I've got a drink problem. I spent the last 11 weeks drink free.
All right, very good.
But it's up and down. I spent 11 years drink free.
All right, quick question to you.
So,
do you believe in a spiritual war?
Oh, I only kneel before the original creator, the one. There is a creation here. There is no doubt an architect. You must be completely blind not to see it.
Okay, so you're aware of that. So I want to give
I'm
you.
not religious like you, JK. I'm not religious. Religion is just a control mechanism.
Yep.
And there's a wonderful gentleman, William Donahue, on YouTube. It's called Hidden Meanings. He has presented some quite obvious and some damning evidence of what the Bible is. It's an instruction manual. And I was raised Irish Catholic, beaten up is not raised up, beaten up. Any religion, it doesn't matter what religion you are, if it involves violence for you to conform, you know it's fake. God doesn't use violence. There's only love.
That's true and not true at the same time, because whenever people were going against God, he commanded us to wipe out full society, even children. So that's not exactly correct.
JK, I hear that. I've heard that before, and I joined the army. I was come from. Everyone's got a story to tell. Came from a violent background, upbringing, violence, blah blah blah. But I'm not going to sit there. I don't want sympathy. I don't want empathy. It's not productive. It doesn't do anything but just keeps you in a pit of despair. You have to elevate. You have to rise. There is always a silver lining.
Not exactly keeps you in despair. When you will receive Holy Spirit, open yourself to God, you will not be in the despair. Like I said before.
God is
there.
God is there all the time. It's there, he or it or whatever you wish to call it. It's a personal, direct relationship with the entity or the creator.
Indeed, 100%.
And that's your personal journey. We're all expressions of that one. They like to call it the unified conscious field. I sense. I don't like using the word believe. It has a connotation which gives you a false positive. A sense, using all your senses at once. Something was said to me when I was an 11-year-old.
I think word believe is a proper word. You know why? Because you can only believe in something which you do not know. I can give you an example. Do you believe in your parents? Sorry?
When you say you believe in something that you don't know.
Yes. I want to give you an example. You can only believe in something which you do not know. But when you know, you know. So, for example, do you believe in your parents or you know your parents? You know your parents, but you have never met God?
To believe and to know are two different things, though, aren't they? When you really to know something. I mean, all right, I'll give an example from my own personal experience. I had this idea what a soldier was. It wasn't what I thought it was until I did it. I had this idea of what I thought a firefighter was. I didn't know what it was until I did it. So we have an idea to a degree, but until you actually get into the driver's seat, you won't know. And that's what I've found with a lot of um, um, there's lots of ideas of how it might or should be, but until you actually do it, you won't know. And
Yes, I agree
that's the
because we
acid test.
usually.
That's the acid
Oh,
test, and you will break your leg, you will bloody your nose, you will split your lip along the way, and that's part of the learning process. I mean, I can't fathom. This is something that I can't fathom. This is my personal demon, my nemesis. How come I stopped smoking, stopped drinking for 11 years straight? I just woke up one morning and decided not to do it. And yet, funny enough, when I joined the fire department, I started to smoke and drink again, and with a vengeance. And I asked myself the reason why did I do that, and it was down to paperwork because I can't do paperwork.
so
All
maybe
you
it's a sign
wonderful
for you to
people.
change your job, you know? So
I
maybe you
mean,
should change your environment.
well, a firefighter is a firefighter, not a pen pusher. You know, this is how ridiculous it got in the UK. They designated a firefighter to do command and control, which is to write everything down in a book as you're doing things. So you've taken one firefighter out of active firefighting duties to sit there with a goddamn book and a pen to write things down. What the hell good use is that?
So exactly, that's not a job for you because you see it's pointless.
Well,
So
when you say
maybe
it's not, no, you misunderstand me, JK. When you say it's not a job for me, it's a job that we were already in. They changed the job the way that it was done.
I
You're
get it.
misunderstanding.
I
So
get
they're
it. I get it
making
totally.
changes to things that have already been established, time, trialed, and tested. And then you have these ideologists. I mean, all right, this is fact in matter to hand. In the fire department in this country, they have actually reduced the entry requirements. In other words, they made the tests easier for you to join the fire department. Well, that's no good to man nor beast, because when you need the firefighter of old to the firefighter of new, they won't be able to cut it. So, what's happened? Have we progressed to be what these politicians used to love? They love using this term, diversity and inclusion. That's completely and utterly insane. Would you send a, all right, would you send me as a pipe fitter, or because I'm also a qualified heat and ventilation engineer and a pipe fitter welder by trade. So would you send me to go and perform brain surgery?
If I
You
may
would.
come in,
You wouldn't send me, would you? You'd want a brain surgeon, someone like Dr. Jack Cruz. And this is where everything's become muddled, you know. Um, we'd love to live in a. Sorry, I do beg your pardon. Who was it who just interjected? Was that Sam? I bet it was.
yeah,
Yeah, hi Sam. I love you. I love you. You're a real
thank
you.
you.
I don't like the way you undermine yourself because you are intelligent, and don't think that you're not because you are.
That's great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't try
All
to
forms of
undermine, but
intelligence
this is my way of
inform
being
everybody.
honest. But I'm just wondering, it's the actual change in your job that you know you're in for it for saving lives. You're in it to take action instead
That's
of being a
correct.
pencil pusher.
Thank you. Well, it's a politician. I'm not a politician or trying to satisfy a political ideology to appease the masses. I'm here like everybody else, like the girls who are in the job as well as the boys, They do the job. If they pass the same test as what I did, there was a lovely lady I met. She was at a different part. She was in a different part of my county. She was in West Division. I was in East Division, and we met up on a refresher course, our breathing apparatus refresher course. Everyone has to do it every 2 years. You've got to go back for a refresher, and it's a mandatory test. And she said to me, because it was just the two of us on the refresher course, just us two, which was quite bizarre. Because normally there's a minimum of 6, but it was just the pair of us this time. And she came when we had our lunch break, and we were sitting down to having our lunch break. And she said, "Would you wear with me?" And what she meant by that was, would you put a breathing apparatus set on and go in a burning building with me? And I said, yeah, I would. You're fine. You're okay. You know all the procedures. You know it upside down, back to front, and inside out. You're fine. She said, well, they won't let me wear on station. I said, well, what do you mean they won't let you wear on station? She said, they won't. Because she was the only lady at the fire station, the only female. And I said, well, take it up with your divisional commander. And she said, well, they're ignoring me. I said, what do you mean they're ignoring you? She says, well, I'm trying to sort of do my job, but I can't do it. And I went, oh. But she said, you definitely wear with me. I went, yes, I would. You're competent. No, there's no doubt about it. And she went, oh, well, thank you for that, Raj. And she went back, and I said, well, I'll tell you what else is going on there? And there's something called, in the fire department, a light portable pump. Well, I can guarantee you there's nothing light about it at all. It takes 4 of you to lift the bloody thing. And you have what's called standard tests, quarterly tests, weeklies. You have to test all your equipment to make sure it's operational. It's all part and part of conditions. And when you do a particular part of servicing the light portable pump, you're in a bit of a precarious position. And if you're a lady, it sort of exposes you. And because of male chauvinist pigs, I'm ashamed to be a male sometimes when I see how other men behave towards women. They were ogling and being rather rude to Bethany, and she was telling me what they were doing. So I said, oh, okay. I said, who's the worst offender? She said, well, it's the officer in charge of the station. I said, all right, okay. Well, we're going to fix this for you. And I said, you know how Superman does his pose before he flies off into the sky? I said, well, when you're squat at the, because you have to squat to the around the light portable pump to be able to perform a standard test. And it's sort of, if you're a female, that sort of puts you in a bit of a, it exposes you. I'm not going to be rude. And they were taking liberties with Bethany. I said, right, well, when they do that, you're in the perfect position to knock them out. And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, because you're squat, in the squatting position, you have your loaded hamstrings. And anyone who knows about preloading, your hamstrings have got 300 pound of load in each one. So when you stand up and you also punch at the same time and extend your arm and stand up, you can take around about 15 to 20 stone of man clean off the floor. Doesn't matter how big you are, anyone can do it. So I said, when he's doing that to you, do the Superman and you'll knock him out. About 2 months later, I got dragged in by a senior officer and questioned, did I instruct a fellow firefighter to punch an officer? And I said, no, I instructed a fellow firefighter to knock out a bully when being bullied. So Bethany, she knocked out the station officer.
Good advice, good for her.
And well, I don't like bullies because I was badly bullied and beaten and all sorts of things as a youngster and worse. And anyone who wants it, well, come and get it because I'll serve it to you. And I'm not afraid. And I don't like a bully. And I don't like the way men treat women in a male working environment when women can cut the task and do the job just as good as a man. So when we talk about equality, I talk equality I take the quality on the chin by performance. So if there is a woman who stands beside me and performs as good as me, as far as I'm concerned, you're my man. And that's that. There's no argument. So you'll have to forgive my French, but bollocks to political correctness. I don't stand by it. I only stand by the men and women who can do nothing more and nothing less. I'm sorry, I've gone on a bit of a rant there. I do apologize.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's the first time on. Love hearing a little more about you. So we got a little bit of that, and yeah, man, the drinking thing can be a challenging thing, and the environment has
It's
a lot
a problem. The Booma, I have to live with it, mate. You have to live with it, and every poor human being out there. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it, mate. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, Nogi, I didn't finish. I want to tell you something.
Sorry, JK. You were on a point. You were about, as you say, belief and
alcohol.
non-belief.
Yeah. So
alcohol. Yeah.
It's like a small bits of knowledge, Maybe it help you. I hope, So, alcohol mainly we drink spirit. Yeah, spirits.
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
where it
rum
comes
drinker.
from.
Yeah.
Right. So exactly, word alcohol comes from the Arabic word al-kul, which means
correct.
body-eating spirit.
I have a Quran, I have a Bible.
So if you know about the spiritual war, you should take it in your heart.
Well,
and
this is the paradox, or I know the evil, I know the chemistry, I know what it does, and I'd speak to an Islamic doctor or practitioner, because I made the decision when I was an 11-and-a-half-year-old schoolboy. My religious education teacher said to me, "What is my religious denomination?" My father comes from the Hindu belief system, or the Hindu spiritual system, and my mother comes from the Irish Catholic system, and I was born into the English Protestant system. So I've got a bit of.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you. Unfortunately, all of those are Luciferian. So it's not exactly.
I'm aware. I'm aware of this, and but you can imagine the confusion for a young schoolboy.
Oh yeah, three different ones.
I had 3 different things going on. So I put my hand up and said, well, I can't make a commitment to any particular denomination. My religious education teacher went completely ballistic. He said, blasphemy, boy, you make your choice. And I stood my ground and I didn't make a choice. And I said, the choice that I make is that I take everything that is good and wholesome from all systems of faith, belief that work and produce something wholesome and good. I'll adapt and adopt. But to actually say that I'm of one particular system, I cannot do it. And I made that decision at 11-and-a-half years of age, and I haven't changed.
Yeah, that's kind of good approach, but as well, I can tell you from the Bible now, because I was not raised as a Christian. I became Christian. So I can give you some examples.
Or Jewish
yeah,
background. Muslim, did you say?
Yeah, I want to just explain you a few things, because I'm very into the word magic, and I give you examples.
Yeah, that's a crazy word. That's a dangerous word.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. Very much so. You have to be very careful when it comes to that word. I don't do Ouija boards. I have a stupid
Very
brother
good.
who was into all of that stuff, and he brought all sorts of problems onto the family. And I warned him, said, you stay away from the unseen world, because it's the unseen world, and you do not know what you're dealing with. Stay away from it. He didn't listen, and he brought all sorts of calamities.
That's why, for example, back in the days, I was thinking about taking ayahuasca, but then I had an epiphany, let's say, and I was thinking, all right, so let's say there are people, right, like your tutors, shamans, who are directing you in this realm, right? So how is possible that this shaman can be more powerful than the thousands of years old entities which are very intelligent?
That's a very good question.
They cannot be. So it means they can do whatever they want with the shaman or with you. And I was like, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to do it. I think
Very
so. It was
wise.
a smart move. Yeah.
Very wise, because I did listen to Graham Hancock, because he has experimented with ayahuasca and many other hallucinogens. And a story I heard from the Black Forest, the monks in the monastery that went mad, and it turned out to be because of a bacteria or a specific time of yeast in the wheat of that year's fall that was bad, and the alcohol that was brewed from that wheat drove everybody mad. So I concur. There are when we think of entities as an external or the way that they're presented to us, sometimes these toxins come from very, very benign beginnings and we don't see it. And then we end up going off into all sorts of maladies. Hence, the one thing that does impress upon me is how the Islamic faith or the world reject alcohol.
Yeah, that's one good thing, but unfortunately, I have looked into the Islam, and I can tell you that's a religion from devil.
Unfortunately, I've concluded the same. It comes from the same piece of wood.
That's why I want to bring the subject, as I was talking about before, to show you the connection and the spell magic double speak, because it's very important. So
please enlighten me some more. I shall say no more. I shall just listen.
Yes, but probably you don't know about this. That's why I want to bring it. So the person, man, woman, whatever, who believes in the atheism, yeah, it's ism at the end, communism, right?
Like
who believes in the Islamism, which is Islamic fundamentalism, ism again, Judaism, Mormonism, Catholicism, but there is no Christianism.
That's correct. I know.
There's only Christianity. That's why Christianity is a pure religion, not created by man. It's created by God. That's why it's called after Christ's name, Christianity.
Christos, the raising of
spinal fluid,
spinal fluid, and when I looked at the chakras, because the Hindu or the Vedic or the ancient Sanskrit, I mean, I looked at the Coptic Christians that refer to they're the closest to the Egyptians, and from what I can when I say extract, because I don't want to sound like an academic, because I am not. I'm not academically trained or anything of that nature. I'm a lay person or a lay man. Oh, by the way, when I was told when I was 17 years of age, when I went into a draftsman's office in Aldwych in London, in the city, back in 1986, I was sent to go and ask for a scale rule from one of the draftsmen. So I walked in and asked for a draftsman, and then this lady approached me, and I said, I need to speak to a draftsman. And she goes, you are? And I looked at her and I said, no, I need to speak to a draftsman. And she said, you are? And then I said, well, I'm expecting a man. She says, she smiled at me and she said, well, here's some good news for you. How do you spell woman? And I went, W-O-M-A-N. She says, how do you spell man? I went, M-A-N. She goes, right. Well, when it comes to fire or drafts, things like that, fireman or draftsman, it could either be male or female. And I was 17, and the lesson just hit me like a brick, and I went, yeah, right, got it, thank you. I said, sorry to be so rude. Can I have a scale rule, please? Because my supervisors asked for one, and we've broken ours. And he sent me to the draftsman's office because they said that they know that you would have one. She went, here you are, young man. I went, thank you. And that was it. Then, so when this sexist thing about man and woman and whatnot, when you say a fireman, expect a woman as well as a man, because the title includes both men and women. And I was told that. So I never ever got onto this.
All right, I will tell you why
man-woman thing.
Men and women, they are under men. Because when God created men and women, Adam and Eve, he said, I've created men, Adam, and Eve, woman. And they are both Adam.
Correct. Atum.
Yeah.
Atum, yeah. A-T-U-M was the original word or the wording for Adam, because it came from the
Yep.
word atom.
And I want to make a connection now with the ism and feminism in a matter of what the
I see straight away. I see
Sabrina
straight
said.
away. Yeah, I see straight away what you're directing to, and I concur. There's no argument. Absolutely no.
Right.
No
So
dispute.
listen about the feminism. First wave.
Yeah,
It was
undermined the woman. The Burn the
yes.
Bra movement in the 60s undermined the head of the household. The head of the
Yes.
household was undermined back in the 60s because people don't realize, us the youngsters, I mean, I was born in the 1960s, but the head household required two heads, the male head and the female head, because when they came together, come the third.
Yes.
The
You know,
unknown. What they call,
usually man is the head of the family, right? But the woman is the neck who is turning this head around.
well, we could say that women drive.
I gotta say something. Excuse me.
You get
I
in there,
gotta
get in there,
interrupt this
lady. Get
sausage
in there,
fest.
lady.
Excuse me.
Get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
Excuse me. Excuse
Get
me.
in, Margaret. Margaret. Go on, Margaret.
I was a draftsman in the Navy.
Oh, bless you. Well, then you know a 17-year-old spotty teenager, then, like me.
I
Thank
know
you,
a lot of
Margaret.
17-year-old spotty teenagers in my lifetime. I'm 66 years old. I'm going to be 67 on the 22nd of March.
Oh, well,
and I've already said it before. All right, let me talk now.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Mate. Okay, I'm a mate too. I'm married. But I served our country and I drafted. Draft means to draw. Means to draw the ink across the page. I drew pictures. I drew pictures. Correct. You know, you draw the liquid from the well, the ink well. So that's what it means.
Same as life force and energy.
I'm sorry, what?
The same as life force and energy.
Well, yeah, the plasma force. If you've ever donated blood, they call it plasma.
Or byproduct of the blood, yeah, plasma, yeah.
Well, yeah, they get separated, and you get the liquid and the platelets and the antibodies.
You know it, Margaret. I'm not going to teach Grandma to suck egg because I don't want my backside slapped.
Your what hurts? Your what hurts?
I said I'm not going to teach Grandma to suck eggs. I do not wish my backside to be slapped.
Oh, so you've been switched before?
Well, generally by my elders when I get it wrong.
Well, what did your mom and dad use for a switch? Did they use a willow switch, or did they just take a reed from the riverbank and just smack you with it, or how in the world did they discipline you? With a rod? What kind of rod did they use?
A leather belt.
A leather belt. Did they use the buckle end or the smooth end?
Both.
Oh.
It was
you know what I used? You know what I had to use on my boys when they were bad? Well, they like to play with these little model cars, these Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, you know what makes it really good, and you can reach really far with them too. They're the Hot Wheels
I bet
track.
you could hit them from 100 yards, couldn't you?
Yeah, Hot Wheels tracks. They're great. They're great.
My mama could do it with a Dr. Skull.
Well, I was born in '59, so I did not miss a moment of the '60s, and I remember all of it.
Yeah,
it's in my records. It's in my permanent records. It's in my hard copy. But
it's definitely what the military do.
You know what else works good for us hippie moms? You know, us hippie moms, we like to use
hippie mom. The hippies knew it all. We
used our incense burner sticks. You know, the long flat incense burner sticks. Those make pretty good wax. You know, especially if you're reaching across the table. If you're reaching across the table at supper, and your mom, you know, takes the pancake spoon. She takes the pancake spoon and smacks you on your fingers because you're reaching across the table. Yeah. Moms rule the kitchen. Yeah.
You don't mess around. And when I was a kid, I've got a fond memory when I was a child. Around about 8 years of age, and we used to raid the farmer's house when we were in the summer school holidays, and we used to raid the farmer's house, and the farmer's wife, because they didn't have children, but the farmer's wife used to lay out all of the cooking and all the food, and she knew who the little, because she referred to us as the mice, the little mice, and she was watching us, and she knew we'd come into the kitchen, help ourselves to a few cookies and whatnot, that's how. I mean, I'm going to get a bit emotional, I suppose, because we were safe. You know, even the only bad things that happened to us was when we were in school. But outside of school, all the folk around us, they didn't hurt us. We were safe. So I got a beautiful memory of being able to going into the farmers. You know, when we were wrecking his fields, going to the house and to the kitchen, and we could eat and drink and what a beautiful, you know. Despite all of my pain, I look at those memories, and that's what keeps me going. You know, we had a child die in a house fire about 2 a.m. in the morning, and when we were going through the aftermath, and we got back to station, we were all devastated, and we lost a 7-year-old little girl, and it was that memory of going in and helping myself to a piece of cherry pie or or a cheese sandwich on the table. That's the only thing that stopped me from killing myself. You know, my buddy who was next to me, who we were on the same station, same watch together, he hung himself in the end. And through my own, that's where my drinking comes from. I'm supposed to drown all of that noise out. You're an ex-serviceman, you know. You might have just worked in a draftsman's or in an office, but hell, I'm sure you must have met people who'd gone through the mangle. So, you know, you might not be in it, but you're certainly part of it. So, you know, those who say unless you were there, you don't know. Well, yeah, you might not have been there, but you were there in the aftermath. They had to become the aftermath. So don't be so hard on them. Yeah,
you're starting to. You got to be careful with your mic there, Noggy.
Right, might be the battery on the headset. Let me just plug it in. I've just got to get a cable in there quickly.
Yeah, it's getting really bad.
Yeah. 1 second. I'll be with you.
I'm gonna mute you for just a moment, but this reminds me when I was in my first rehab, there was a police officer in there, and he worked a lot of homicides, and he saw a lot of stuff like he couldn't turn it off. And so what you're describing is similar to what he had to go through and seeing dead bodies, crime scenes, lots of horrific things that he couldn't turn off. So my heart goes out to you, man. Those are tough things. I think for me, in the hardest times, groups really did help. Even though I have social anxiety, and here I am doing this, but I have social anxiety in groups, and I don't like going to groups. But when you get into them, and you get into a really good one, and people are sharing their heart, and you all connect in that pain, but you have a healing process because other people understand that you also can't turn off those traumatic things that you have in your consciousness. So my heart goes out to you, man.
Booma, this is your group.
This is now my group. I've called this my therapy for a while now. Even when I was just doing content creation and getting this stuff out there, I was going through a lot of pain. My hand was getting stuck, frozen shoulder, various things that were going on. You see me doing this kind of stuff. I'm still breaking this thing out of its hardened shell inside the freaking musculature and the fascia. But I got to meet a lot of people in certain rehabs and stuff, and they've gone through very traumatic things. And I don't have that I've had traumatic things, but I don't have life and death constantly in my memory of like EMTs, firefighters, police officers, and people that deal with trauma. So I can't relate directly to it, but I can only imagine that it is very difficult because of the things that will just be constantly flashing in your head. Being in groups and talking about it, getting it out of yourself as opposed to just holding it in, though, and drinking certainly not going to help, and you know that, though.
That's why we Poles, we don't have problem with it because we complain a lot, so
right.
Always letting go of the steam.
You got to
even tow truck drivers. Even tow truck drivers have they're not considered first responders, but tow truck drivers have stories to tell that are just as horrendous. Just seeing the things that they see when they show up at a site, it's very traumatizing for them too. So
right,
people go through different things and people handle things differently. You know, we are all our own individual, you know, and you know, to have some grace goes a long way.
You're correct, Sam, but there is very important thing. None of us is stronger than all of us. Power comes with numbers.
Yep. And I hope that just being able to share, and you can unmute now, Nagi. Oh, you did. Okay, cool. If you have more to share, then go ahead. But that's what this is kind of for. Like I did never really thought of them as like recovery meetings or like therapy.
Can I talk some more too, please?
Yes, and we'll get back to you, Margaret. Absolutely. But people get to share here, and we do need. I do want to hear from like Margaret and some of the others that haven't had a chance to speak as much, that have some things to say. Your dog startled the crap out of some of us, Margaret.
She startles the crap out of me too sometimes.
I think it's when your biofield gets all fired up and your dog's like,
"Oh, I get even. I get even."
But go ahead, Margaret.
I'm all about getting even. No, I was I won't say harassed, but you had to sign paperwork saying that you went to a class that you learned about sexual harassment and proper words and how to address people and stuff like that. This was in the early 80s, but we had a break room. They called it the Gedonk room, coffee mess, and it was a big picnic table, and they had a ping pong table and a picnic table and a bunch of soda machines and a bunch of candy machines and stuff, and a big coffee urn and everything. And you take a break and you go to lunch and get a little exercise and stuff like that. But some of the guys, they were assigned to work in the tanks, which were the training facilities where they had to actually get in the water and work on the hydraulics and stuff like that. Kind of like our friend that does the Shark Tank thing. What's his face? Colin. Yeah. Anyway, there was a new uniform assignment that all the guys had to wear. These athletic supporters, and I didn't work in that part of the department. That wasn't my department. I was just drawing pictures and engraving plates and making drawings and stuff like that. But anyway, so at break time, this one guy came in and said, "Look what my wife bought me," and he throws this package down, and it's a package that you get from Kmart, for underwear, and it says Little League on it. And he was kind of joking about it, and we thought it was kind of funny, but I made a remark about it, and he wrote me up. He had me written up for sexual harassment on him for saying that.
Wow.
I would say that was big man.
I know. And as talk about a sausage fest. But anyway, this was in Florida. It was really hot, and sometimes, you wear T-shirts that are a little more thin, and sometimes you sweat and stuff like that, and depending on what kind of work crew you're on and things. But shit, she's barking again. I gotta. Anyway, this guy ended up poking his finger through a gap in my shirt, and I instinctively reacted and smacked him in the nose, and then I got written up again, and so we went before the.
You got written up for that?
Remember, problems always comes with the pairs.
I'm sorry. What?
Problems always come together. Always comes in the pair.
Sorry. I said that was fucking bullshit.
But I he it was skin, and my skin was wet, and it was like walking up behind somebody and going like that under the armpits. It's not nice. And I reacted accordingly, which was instinctively, I smacked him in the nose with my elbow, and he was embarrassed. And we both went before the chief, and you know, we didn't really have to kiss and make up or anything like that, but you know, I had to say what my idea was. I thought he was trying to cop a feel, you know,
Right.
And it's just not nice to surprise people like that, and you know, you get unexpected results like what was the thumbnail for the stream of tonight? You never know what you're going to get.
You
Like,
never know.
Yeah, but what is it? What kind of cockamamie thinking? I don't know. Maybe it was my upbringing, but you keep your fucking hands to yourself. I don't care what situation you're in.
Oh, they were horsing around. You know, we're playing ping pong. You know, table tennis or whatever you want to call it. And there was a racquetball court. There was a tennis, you know, facilities. This was the parade grounds. You know, there's athletes. They trained officers how to, you know, march in formation and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's a training facility, but this dude, he was, you know, he had a wild hair up his ass, and he thought he could get away with it. And yeah, maybe I turned him on. I don't know.
So it looks like this man didn't grow a pair. That's his problem, not yours.
Right, and I feel like I'm having a deja vu, and maybe I feel like I've asked this before, but Tyler, do you even know what a Kmart is? You're muted.
My bad. Yes, I know what a Kmart is.
How do you know what a Kmart is?
We had one growing up. It used to be like we have what we call twin cities, and so I remember every time we'd want to go to Kmart, we have to go all the way across the river to the other city to go to Kmart. And I distinctly remember what was it? Was it Kmart No, it wasn't rollback, because that was Walmart. What red lights? What was it? The red lights? What was it? The blue
light sale. The blue light
sale. Red light. Sorry, wrong thing. Blue light sale. I'm thinking of. Never mind. Look,
They had
I've
a
been
big
here
blue
listening for
building.
so long. My brain wasn't turned on. My speaking brain.
That's crazy. You know what a Kmart is. You even have one in your time. You look like you're like, I mean, I can't tell, maybe late 20s.
I'm 33.
Okay. So you're automatically a Mason. I got it. No, just joking. That's kind of wild that you knew what a Kmart was. But I had this deja vu moment that Margaret mentioned Kmart, and then I asked you, and that you're like, you knew because your grandma had a magazine or something. That was my deja vu moment. That's what I thought was going to happen. And that is not the case at all.
Okay,
No, that is very strange, though. Like that is a oddly specific deja vu moment.
Yes, and I wanted to test
reality.
it, and then when it didn't happen, I'm actually kind of thankful. But it's still weird that I had that deja vu where I thought, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to ask this question," and then she's going to say, "Yes, I know, because my grandma still has magazines from Kmart."
Look, I would be questioning all of my sanity if something just even remotely close to that came out of my mouth. Because look, bro.
Maybe I would have internally combusted, like the Incubus song.
Pardon me while I burst.
Wait, you know Yes, you know Incubus. Okay. Just checking. Maybe not quite as young as I thought. But someone asked a question. What do I think about the GCR Restored Republic? Yeah, that's a bunch. Of course, we love to have fun and make fun of all these things. I can't believe that this stuff is still going on. Nisara, Jasara, Republic, via GRC, all that stuff is still going on. Q is still going on, and yet here we are.
In theory, Nisara Jasara is great, but it will be used against us. So don't go after it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have any real backing anywhere, and it never really made it anywhere. It's there's nothing established at all. They make up the story where Clinton was held at gunpoint, but if you go back to when it first kind of went public, even before the internet was really a thing. You'd call in a number and you'd hear from the Dove of Oneness, and she would talk about how George Bush Jr. was the evil one and Bill Clinton was the savior because he signed Nasara. And then when this new grift came in with the same kind of language, now all of a sudden Bill Clinton's the evil one and Trump's the one that's saving us. Funny how these narratives work, right?
Right, I have to go soon, but let me just finish what I started before. My response to feminism and addressing Sabrina. So I want to bring it so with the ism connection, feminism. The first wave was Betty Friedman, Shirley Chilson, Pauli Murray, and Muriel Fox. And second feminist wave, it was Kate Mallet, which is an important name, in 1966. And Mallet became a committee member of National Organization for Women. And her sister, Mallory Mallet, opening statement was exactly about the destruction of family, how they're going to achieve it, and they did. Why we are here today, the question. To make revolution. What kind of revolution? It's exactly quoting verbatim. To make revolution. What kind of revolution? The cultural revolution. How do we make cultural revolution? By destroying American family. How do we destroy the family? By destroying the American patriarch. How do we destroy the American patriarch? By taking away his power. How do we do that? By destroying monogamy. Very important. How do we destroy monogamy? By promoting promiscuity, eroticism, prostitution, and homosexuality. Is it happening now?
Absolutely.
100%.
And transgenderism, or however you say it.
Yep. Okay. That was nice talking to you. I have to go. I'm waking up in 2 hours, so I have to go.
All right, JK, I appreciate you. We will connect at some point and make it happen.
Yeah, 100%. Good night, everyone.
He sums it up so neatly, and concise.
Bye.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. Good night, everyone.
Good night. And he does really good with sometimes it's hard to understand certain things, but his English isn't even his first language. So he does a really good job of being able to communicate and still get his points across effectively.
I agree.
Were you alluding? Does he have military connections?
What?
Or is in the military? Was in the military?
JK?
Was JK? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever mentioned being in any kind of the military, but I don't know. I don't remember him talking about that.
Okay.
But Tyler knows about Kmart, so that's the big win today. I love to.
Does anybody know about Bradley's?
Bradley's now.
How you feeling, Booma?
We're gonna
Caldors.
wrap up here in a little bit, unless you guys got some big wing dingers that you need to talk about. Heather's got a big wing dinger. I don't know if I should have said that. That's what happens after 3 hours of podcasting. Heather has a big wing dinger.
I do not.
Okay, she does not have a big wing dinger.
I don't know about that. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
carry a big stick with me, okay, and I have
Yeah.
big ball energy, big dick energy, but I
There you
ain't
go.
got one. Not even for rent.
How's the mic sounding, guys? Is it not screwy? Is it
It's a
all right?
little screwy, but not as
What?
nearly as bad.
Not as bad. Yeah, it's this Xbox headset. Or no, yeah, not an Xbox.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Okay,
know.
now and Bad Noggy. All right, go Heather. Noggy, stay muted. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if there's anybody else in Rumble chat that would like to come on here and have a little chat with us.
I've tried, and hope you're lying if you're still here. That report wasn't.
She
done
is.
by
I just
you.
saw the bitch.
It's
and
the
I'm sick of her
same
shit.
one that you put out.
Say
You
it
just
publicly.
refined it, and now you guys are pretending it wasn't you. It is what it is. That's
Yeah,
some
I
of the
know
stuff
she's
that's
in
going to
there.
be addressed.
People are telling her to piss off and shit. And she's like, "Oh, what a pleasure to talk to you." And oh, I'm such a victim. And oh, I'm so fucking sick of her shit. She's
I don't know. There would be nothing to accomplish by emailing you, Hope. I do everything. I prefer transparency. I prefer transparency. Sorry, Nagi. Yeah, your mic's pretty messed up. But go ahead, Heather.
Is hope like a bad rash that keeps coming back?
Just what you did alone, motherfucker. Bitch. You don't even fucking play like you're a goddamn victim. You want to fucking act out. You go back and forth. I've heard you've been a witch, you've been Christian, you've been a Buddha, because every time you go private message someone to talk shit about Sabrina and get them to follow your fucking ass, you dumb cunt. You don't fucking think that we have screenshots of that shit? I am the fucking screenshot queen, by the way. If y'all don't know, now you fucking know. I probably got about 500 sitting on this phone alone, just in the last couple of months. I'm sick of this shit. Get the fuck out. I'm tired of saying it to you. Can you just fucking like permanently block this bitch?
I mean,
has no business to be here.
What do you say?
Shit.
I say permanent blocker.
Is she still here?
Yes. Fucking go back to the fucking rock you crawled out from under. You are no good, and you've been doing this shit for fucking decades. And then you go on X and talk shit about me too. I'm not even on X, and I'm a nobody. Why the fuck are you even involving me? You need to fucking quit your bullshit. Go out and go find your other fucking people that are gonna want to follow you and believe in your bullshit. Because most people don't anymore, even on X. Dumbass.
Booma, can we permanently block her? Booma, can we permanently block her?
I can. Yes, I can. I don't see it
and tell everybody how crazy I am and what I have 2 followers on Odyssey, because I'm not a content creator, dumb fuck. And I'm nobody's secretary, bitch.
This is therapy.
So
Better?
I'm good now. I'm gonna shut up, and I'm very sorry for that. But I fucking had it with this bitch. I've had it with you, Hope, and I've said it multiple times. If you're not gonna get your fucking ass on this goddamn live, don't come in the fucking chat. You're not welcome. No one likes you. Not one fucking person in here believes you or likes you. Bye, babe. And usually I'm not this fucking mean to people because I actually have love for everybody. But you, bitch, because you've proven yourself over and over and over again to go after fucking Sabrina. You're fucking done. I apologize. I'm going to be quiet now. I swear to God. And I'm going to go smoke. You guys have fun. And I'll come back and get good food. I just had to say it. So you can fucking take the hint in Telegram and fucking do it publicly. Now everybody can see it.
Okay. Thank you. So, Charlie, how's life treating you? Yeah, that's all you got? Okay. Tyler, how's life?
Charlie, you're muted.
Yeah, Charlie, do you want to say something?
Oh, I just didn't, like I told, I'm a rookie with this stuff. I have to figure it all out still. I'm just kind of working through it. But hey, hi guys. That was exciting.
Yeah, we go through all emotions here, you know, and sometimes a little white hot hate is a little is necessary because there are some really demonic bastards in this place.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, some kettles have boiled over, but I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity that's on the panel to say something. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going tonight. Body's starting to hurt, but it's awesome having you on here for the first time. And if you had anything that you wanted to say or talk about, this is your opportunity.
I just kind of wanted to, you know, break in and see what it's all about. I've never put a headset on and done a live before. So I have social anxiety even in chat rooms. So I'm just kind of...
This helps work on it. I mean, I literally have been crippled by panic attacks and anxiety like for ever since really sophomore, junior year of high school, and doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. It was kind of the anger at seeing the human to human betrayal, as we say now. But that's what I was seeing then, and seeing bullies and grifters and liars really just made me so that I couldn't not say something. So whatever it takes, but this helps. Exposure therapy.
You're doing the right thing here, giving people a voice who, you know, really don't feel like they have one out in their own respective relative communities. So we really enjoy seeing all the walks of life that come through here. And, you know, your heart and your compassion for people is self-evident, and I just appreciate you. And
I appreciate all of you.
Yeah,
I agree.
Cool people.
Yeah, this became something that I don't want to get all emotional, but this, I never expected like this. I never expected it to be like this. I was happy when I had a few hundred people subscribe, just so I know that what I was doing was at least reaching a few people, kind of a thing. And then didn't think I'd ever have the courage to do live streaming. And then I started doing that. And now it's become more than me. And that's what I wanted more than anything. That's what I wanted to be a part of. I didn't want to be out on the front lines, if you will. I wanted to be behind the scenes, but knowing that I was helping humanity. I wanted to save kids. I wanted to stop human trafficking. I wanted to expose corruption. I wanted to fight evil. I wanted to be more active participant in the spiritual war, whatever you want to call it. And so now that all you are showing up and sharing your perspectives from your different journeys, it's like a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, you get every emotion on this thing. I'm not like Heather doing that. Like, I've had many of those moments, because these people, I'm telling you, some of these people that are out there that are doing these operations of whatever you want to call it, psyops, chaos agent crap, they are covering for corruption. They're covering for the same shenanigans and acting like alternative media heroes, like they're fighting like the cabal, or they're fighting the deep state, or they're fighting the mainstream system and all this stuff. And they're just another form of that, and another little branch that came into this alternative media, and it's disgusting to me.
Yeah, I share her sentiments, and absolutely her righteous anger it's precedented. You know, she's got every right to be as pissed off as she is. It's a fucking minefield out there. So it's cool that you got people going to bat for you and for this community, keeping it as, you know, cool and comfortable as it is, you know.
Right. And I try to have a laid back approach, and I try to have jokes when they're necessary.
Yeah, that's why we ended up here, because we needed the jokes. This is it. This is the place to be. If you're going to deal with hardcore, pipe-hitting, grisly reality, you might as well have some fucking laughs with it, you know? And you guys bring such spirit and liveliness. Margaret is a freaking angel. Sam, Heather, everybody. It's just, it feels like a community, and like, you know, kind of the bar I always wanted to hang out with, but I don't hang out in bars anymore. So this is like hanging out with the cool people at the bar.
Where everybody knows your name.
Damn right.
Exactly. And Carl's very appreciative of you, Heather, because he fell asleep for a moment, but you woke him up, and says, "Bless you."
Sorry, Carl. Maybe
how's the
turn
mic
off the
doing,
computer.
D-Boy?
Shut it all down before you.
Is it bad, worse, or
Just in case. You never know when somebody's going to show up and it's going to go off. Oops, my bad.
It's all good.
Love you, Carl.
It's all good.
But yes,
Thank
thank you for
you,
sharing, Charlie. And it gets a little easier every time. And then this is about as laid back, I feel, as a community. And now it gets tense in here, and I've opened this up so that anybody can come on. So you never know what's going to happen. And then I asked some of the opposition to come and face me. If you witnessed the Mike Gill thing, that was that was its own little show. But in a lot of ways, that was pretty crazy. But I don't think it can get much worse than that, because I don't know how low you have to go, and that's what most of these people bag on me for, because I live with family, because of my situation. Obviously, they don't really care about my situation. They see that I'm you know, in my 40s and I'm living with family. They dog me for that. They dog me for my passive addiction, which I have 9+ years of sobriety, and it's every day. They dog me for the same shit all the time, and it's just the lowest and the only thing that they have on me, and they just keep doing it. And this Matt Hazen, the CEO of Masterpiece, that's what he's dogging me for. And it's like, dude, you are a scumbag. Like, if you just attack the information, and it would be great. Now, I love, it's a couple guys, and I can go back and forth, and I'll call him names and razz him a little bit, but he's still not.
That's why they're attacking you. They're attacking you because they can't attack the information.
Yeah, they can't attack the information. That's what's crazy to me, that they just keep attacking character. I love messing with people doing pinata
Because it's a
farms.
diversion,
Right, but I'm
Well,
trying
and
to.
it's simply- Gil claimed he works with people with addiction and everything, but yet he can come on a fucking show that's streamed country worldwide and totally knock you down the way he did. Shows the kind of scum he is.
Yeah, that's
He's
when it
not
came down to.
he's not for helping the people who are having trouble getting over addiction. No, he wants to take you down. He wants to knock you down when you're as low as you can be already. He wants to knock you down even more just to boost his little fucking ego, to make sure that everybody knows he's got the big dick in the room.
And he's just really himself a big dick. Like, he's basically, Mike Gill is only 100% Mike Gill. Now, when I first met him and I started to learn this, and I kind of had the idea that was the case, but I thought for a while that this is what we need. We need an animal that's going to go after these people. And then after a while, I just realized that he really is. Like, I saw a couple glimpses of it in Zooms with him where he seemed to care. But he seems to be incapable in public of turning off this fight mode that is, I can't wait to see the movie. I'm painting a Rembrandt. I am Mike Gill, 100% Mike Gill. And if you're not 100% Mike Gill, you're a fucking mole. You're CIA. You are not fighting for the truth. And it's like, dear goodness, man, I'm so sick of your shtick. It's so old. And then when I started to just back away without directly trying to have any conflict, then he starts calling me CIA, and as if he knew the whole time. And he did all those shows with me, and I'm like, bro, the people that believe this crap, man, like,
Can I insert some humor? I got a joke. Can I insert some humor, please?
Quit muting me.
Hey. I sent you a little clip. It's totally clean, nothing dirty or nothing, but it's just a little video clip that I wanted to send. It's the power that we have in our voodoo kitchens. Sometimes it's just a sausage boiling on the stove. That's all.
It's a clean thing you can show, I guess.
Yes, it's 10 seconds long.
okay, hold on. It's having a hard time because we got so many people on, but here we are. There's a sausage. This is Margaret, how she handles a sausage. Oh my gosh.
And that's what's left of Mike Gill and his reputation.
Thank you. That is all.
That is all. Thank you. All right. What do we got? Tyler, you got something to follow that? You got
Margaret, I hope you fed-
you got videos of you making sausage?
Margaret, I hope you fed that to the
But
cats.
I've got a pack of sausage.
It was all beef.
Video myself cutting up.
We should make it a thing. We should make it a thing. I mean, Mike Gill sausage, and we should just make videos of us doing various things. No, let's not do that. All right. As soon as I had that idea, then immediately it was a bad idea. All right, Nagi, try your mic now, bro. Can you hear me?
How's that?
It's good so far.
All right, I won't move. It's this screwy headset. The battery's dying. I plugged it in. Never mind. We will persevere.
We will. Wait. Hold on a second. Are you talking about you're gonna go live shortly, like tonight? Because if so, then I'll if you're going on the Rumble, I'll try to do the raid thing. the raid into your live, Sabrina, if that's what you're doing. Unless you're talking about when we're going to do Mac IDs on Tuesday.
Sabrina Wallace lives.
Yeah, Sabrina Wallace is great. Are you going to do a raid, D Boomer? Are you going to raid? Are you going to
Well, I don't know
raid
if she's.
Sabrina?
I've only done a couple raids, so I have to look up how to do it again. But I want to. If she's going to do a live, I want to raid into it.
Yes, Sabrina is. She's top. She's tops.
She is.
What's a raid?
You know, and I haven't been getting notifications, so I hope I'm not late to class.
I
Oh,
haven't
in
been
30
either,
minutes.
actually.
I have to hang out for another 30 minutes. Okay. I do. I
Boomer,
will have to. I will have to
Like,
tinkle then. I have
You-
to
I was gonna
submit
say,
to the tinkle.
That's right. You really shouldn't hold it. It's really bad for men to hold their. It's like
right.
really
No,
bad.
go.
Right. I'm gonna
Go,
go. Okay.
Tinky.
Don't ruin
know,
Go,
everything
Tinky
while I'm
Boomer.
gone, everyone.
What is a raid? Can someone
It's
else
where-
explain while he tinkles?
It's when another. It's with one live interrupts another live, and they kind of mesh together as
Oh,
one
that's
group.
cool. All
Yeah,
right.
so in the chat, the live chat for whoever's like, say we're here and Sabrina starts, and then she has her own live chat, and then he'll
Yep.
raid in the live chat and like basically bring
Oh,
us all over.
cool. Yay. I have a
Oh,
snow
yeah.
day tomorrow. So good.
Sam, I'm not having a garage sale because I don't have a garage. I have a yard, but I'm not selling my yard. I'm throwing things out in my yard and I'm selling them, and it's like the honor system. So you can drop money in my yard and I'll pick it up whenever I find it. But I don't have a garage.
I need some of those firecrackers for I don't have a squirrel problem. I have a fucking rabbit problem.
Rabbits are tough too.
What are they
breed
doing?
damn
Are they
fast.
what are they damaging your property or eating your food?
No, they're just digging underneath my shed and everything else. So my shed is like
you know anybody
every,
that has a ferret?
no.
Ferrets will chase them away.
No, they'll eat them.
Oh,
Yeah,
Or coyotes.
true.
I don't know
And-
if you want to.
Or a tiny little terrier dog that doesn't like mind digging in the dirt.
You know what? I should actually see if I can get a pet fox. That would be fitting.
Foxes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they do. You rabbits. Mhm.
Snake.
Snakes. Yeah. I got a great
Not
big
cute.
black one in my backyard that it's about 8 feet long. Last molting. Yeah. It's
there's-
king snake, I think they call them.
I saw a big one come out of the front of the house where there's
Rat.
a cement part, and I'd never seen it before. It was like 5 years I lived here. It came out, was long and big and black, and I'm like, oh Lord.
They eat
Did
other
you have a
snakes.
yellow stripe?
Yeah.
Huh?
King rat
Did you
snake.
have a yellow stripe?
No. I don't recall. I don't know. It was black and long and big, and I was like, holy shit. And I assuming it came from under the concrete front part of the house. And I'm like, well, he's not bothering me, you know. I mean, if he's gonna keep the rodent population, the rats, the mice, whatever else out, you know. But I'd never seen it since.
Look at the rabbit. What's that's name?
Huh?
Say it again.
Her name's Butterscotch.
Oh, that's my favorite flavor too.
Oh,
Wait, hold it up
So-
Or
one
you
more
can
time.
catch the rabbit, Sam.
One more time.
What's
One more
the-
time.
one more
What's the
time. Let's see the
story?
baby. Bunny.
Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. So
Hello, can you see us?
So
okay,
Charlie,
long ears.
what's the story behind your name? Your username?
Well, lighthouse keeping is, I don't know. I think that for me, it's so important to hold the light, of course. And I love lighthouses, and it just kind of seems like a better last name than the one I already had. So
We have a lot of lighthouses in the Great Lakes area.
yeah, you sure do. Yeah, we got some nice ones on the California coast. over where I'm at, we've got, one down in Big Sur, which is freaking incredible. And they say it's haunted and, all that jazz.
And I'm getting into ley lines and grids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think lighthouses and stuff like that line up with ley lines.
I've heard that too.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Well, you've got a bunch like out in the UK, Ireland, Scotland, gorgeous, old, beautiful stuff.
They say I only heard this yesterday. Give me a moment to recall where I heard it from. They were referring to Atlantis, and they were saying that Britain is Atlantis. That is the original. That is where Atlantis is. So I don't know. Living in Britain myself, I live in Essex.
Okay.
On the east side of England, just below Suffolk and Norfolk. And there's a big American contingent in the Air Force. I mean, I live in a garrison town in Colchester. And so I come from a military background myself. It does make me wonder when I'm trying to think.
Well, when you're done with that, I have a question. I have a question for you about your the United Kingdom education.
It's gone down the toilet. They're all thick as shit over here now.
No, mine's more specific. Mine's more specific.
Yeah, go for it, Sam. I mean,
are you done making your point? Do you remember what you're talking about?
Go, Sam.
I was just wondering, when in America we're taught, about the Revolutionary War and everything, and I'm wondering what are you guys taught when it comes to the Revolutionary War and how the United States got originated? Do they tend to put their narrative on it? Do you see that there's a bias in the teaching of that story?
If you're talking now, bro, like your mic went completely out now. So I'm gonna go ahead and oops. Right as you start talking, I kicked him out. Come back in, bro. Come back in.
Damn,
I know. I can't believe it.
Is that a rooster? Is that a rooster?
I sent you another picture.
Now we got a rooster. Hold on. Or a chicken.
She's a chicken. Her name's Whisper.
Now there's going to be people in the comments saying, is that a dove?
No,
is that a turkey?
She looks like a dove. She's a bantam. She's a little tiny bantam. Half Seabright, half New England something.
Oh, look at that belly. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, look at this. Ooh.
Don't they have the different colored eggs?
She doesn't. Some of them do. We have other chickens that have some like bluish and brown and like chocolatey, all different colors.
Do you have any friendly cocks that'll let you hold them like that?
We used to, but the fucking neighbors called and like doxed us. We had all of our roosters. My daughter is amazing with them, so they're always been very handleable and lovely. But we have fucking retarded neighbors. So
and what's her name?
In the house?
What's her name?
What's that?
The name of the hen you're holding. What's her name?
Oh, this is Whisper. Oh, she just shit.
She just pooed on you. Oh, that's good luck. That's good luck, right?
Is she
You never know what's going to happen on a streamer. I'm sorry that happened, but isn't it good luck? And I'm not a chicken connoisseur, but that was a beautiful chicken.
She is beautiful.
Well,
So she's just beautiful shit all over you, I guess, huh?
God
yeah, but
damn
it'll
it.
eat your car paint.
Son of a bitch.
You're definitely not going to forget your first time on a streamer.
Yeah. Yikes. Way to make an impression. Fuck.
I know, right?
That a girl.
I love
Let
that
it
you use all the words.
It happens.
I love it.
So is she sick that you have her in the house or what?
I don't know. She's one of our babies. She's one of the youngest. She just started laying, so she's pretty broody at the moment. I think she was probably a little pissed we took her out of her coop. But she'll poop on me when she's happy too, so.
Is she sitting on a clutch right now?
I wish. We're not having any more babies at the moment.
You said she was broody, so you're taking her eggs every time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's probably laid about 10 by now, so she thinks she's a woman. She's pretty sure.
Yeah, there are ways that you can break that with using light therapy, I think, but I don't know the details of it. But I had issues. I had some Dominickers, and I had the Phoenix grouping, but she's pretty. Whisper.
She's a good girl. She's very gentle. We have about 14. We're only legally allowed to have, I think, 4. But we've got awesome neighbors. We live in a predominantly migrant community, and some of them have chickens, and I guess somebody new moved into the neighborhood and just ratted us out about our rooster, but he was a sweetheart. He was little too, just like her, a bantam. But and he was quiet because the bantam roosters, they don't make much noise. They don't like echo, and they don't get down into your brainstem, that sound, So we figured we could get away with that little feller, but he lives somewhere else now. We didn't need him. We rehomed him.
When I lived overseas, they had animal cruelty. In Spain back in those days, bullfighting was the national pastime. Bullfighting was legal, and they celebrated it and made a lot of money from it and stuff. But there were other animal sports that were also legal and made a lot of money. I feel the same way about horse racing.
Yeah.
And the trade that in the pharmaceutical, when they get the stuff from the mare urine and things like that. But we had less than 2 blocks away, because I lived out in town. Less than 2 blocks away, we had a cockpit, or I should say. Yeah, it was a naval base, airplanes and stuff like that. Of course, they're going to have cockpits, but you know what I mean by cockpit,
right? A fighting, or a rooster cockpit.
Yeah, and you could hear it far off, because that's lotteries and other gambling things were back in those days, because I'm old, but and when I traveled through France, I actually got to taste horse meat, which was quite readily available in the form of sausage.
Yeah. We've been watching these documentaries about the coldest town in the world up in Siberia. It's called Yakutia. And their primary source of protein is foal meat. So baby horses. And they just love it.
Well, their favorite part is the crest right there.
Oh, fatty?
Yeah, that's the favorite. Well, yeah. It's not nice to talk about, but the main reason why it's illegal or they don't do it in America is not necessarily because of any humane thoughts of being mean to horses. It has to do with the drugs that they give horses in all of the industries.
Right?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with
Yeah, it's
humane
awful.
society. Yeah.
I had 3 horses back down when I lived in Los Angeles, and the amount of drugs that they would require you to inject them with to board them in certain places was obscene. The West Nile virus, all kinds of crap. And I had one of my horses right after I bought it. They had just given it some vaccines, and it just abscessed huge on his shoulder. And,
sometimes the tests are more harmful than the actual disease that they're testing for is. I feel the same way about humans as well as animals. But we were talking earlier about some of the things, that the lady was on talking about, the diagnosis of blood work and stuff like that. They're, I don't say overkill. That's not a pun on words or anything like that, but the amount, I mean, they use a cannon to kill a gnat.
Yeah.
And everybody's specialized in every little your thumb or your finger, each bone has its own, and it's like they disintegrated us into little tiny, some of them are parts, but it's hard to imagine. What's her name? Raquel Welch was in a movie called Fantastic Voyage many years ago, and she was also in another movie about changing sex overseas with what was her name? This was back in 1976, I think, but where I'm going with this exactly is there's nothing new under the sun, but it's all headed in the same direction. And they've been planning this for so long that generational and stuff like that, who settled in what area and everything. I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but I can remember imagining, or maybe it was because I saw the movie, myself being one cell big. And the light of the world, meaning Christ Jesus, rescuing me from something that was going to overtake me. Maybe it wasn't the size of an amoeba or a paramecium or some other microscopic animal, but I have strange memories of that happening and spending time with my dad after he was recovering from his stroke and stuff. It's like, no, it goes much deeper. It goes much further back, and it goes, much more profoundly than we can even imagine. And just the fact that we're here talking about this right now is giving me the arizos, as my babysitter used to say when I lived over in Spain. But I love you, Booma. You're still a little bit of a sausage, but
we've had our moments, haven't we, Mark?
Yeah.
Or I think that you wish that you could stick that fork in me.
Only your beard. I want to tease it out a little bit and maybe crochet put some beads in it and shit.
Okay.
Booma beads. Booma beads.
Here we go.
We've had our beautiful moments, though, too, Margaret, that I cherish every single day. Right? Right?
Oh yeah. I took Wilhelmina's sweater off. She's naked now. You can see her. You can see her crooked.
Oh man, she's so exposed.
You can see her crooked.
Naked and unafraid.
Yeah, you can.
Goodness.
This is a family show, Margaret.
I was teaching her.
Bow tie and then a fake little beard, and she can join Biscuits and I if he ever shows up.
Oh, she got costumes, but I was teaching her to bark whenever I say the word biscuits.
Her ears are all perked up.
Biscuits. I'm gonna steal your biscuit.
Hey, can you take this? It smells like
She
chicken.
growls.
Biscuits.
Oh, she draw blood. She draw blood.
I'm just waiting for
Biscuits, you
Sabrina
better
to
be
start this.
careful.
We are gonna raid the crap out of this live stream that Sabrina's about to
Has
have.
it been 30
Karen
minutes?
is over there. Karen R. Peterson has not shown up for one of my lives in so long. I'm so disappointed.
I've been trying to get him.
Oh wait,
trying
did
to contact
you
her.
show my snake picture? I sent you a snake picture. He asked if he could come in and I said no. The snake on my back porch.
So is that poisonous?
No, it's a
Little
baby
garter.
snake.
Wait, is it a
Garter?
garter snake, though?
It's about
Maybe
8 inches
poisonous
long.
too, right?
He asked if he could come inside and I said no.
Oh.
And he listened?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Is that king snake you were
I got a
talking
broom.
about?
I got brooms, man.
Oh, she hasn't done it yet. I'm prepared to raid.
He's not on there yet? Wait, oh.
Karen Peterson's over in the live chat. They're prepping. Sabrina just said, "Prep the banhammer." All right, so we just be prepared. If anything, if you want to get something else in the streamer, say it now. Forever hold your peace.
Love y'all.
And Sabrina will rock. Yes, Sabrina will rock. Rock on. Thank you.
We're coming for you, baby.
Is it happening? Is it happening? Is it happening? I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't see it happening yet. I don't want to mess up a raid because if I mess it up, then I'm going to be so sad.
Charlie, you make sure you come into the Booma Telegram chat, okay?
Okay, I'll try to figure that out.
But she hasn't started, but well.
Might have to hold it until the next streamer, bro. I'm trying to have one a week so we can look forward to it, but I don't set a date because health.
I saw the
You know that Telegram chat.
Where's Karen been? So you guys better give her a hard time. She missed out on making fun of me having to go tinkle, and I missed that.
Who?
Karen.
Karen. Oh, it's happening. All right.
It's happening?
It's happening. So we're going to move you over to stay where you are. Let me do this raid thing, but let's do this in style. If I can figure out what I'm doing here.
Buckle up.
Are you guys ready?
Can you hear Wilhelmina whining?
We're going for a ride.
I think I can only do on Rumble though. Oh, there she goes. Get him.
It's the
Here we go. 1 second. Oh, confirm raid. There it is. The raid is gearing up. Here we go. It was a pleasure. I love you all. Peace. All right, so the raid is available. Just hit the join at the top of the live chat. You will go right over to Sabrina's live, Synergy Live right now. I love you all. And I am done, guys.